What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys not just the latest update on our Dallas Cowboys, because the latest update is football is back, baby. This is your first game day reaction live stream of the 2024 season, and yes,
preseason style,
preseason game, but football is back, and you can't say otherwise. So, with that said, thank you so much for hanging with us. Take a second, hit like, sub it up, hit the bell, follow us anywhere and everywhere at My Cowboys Family, of course. Hop in the Discord, link for that's in the description box down below. And as we get rolling here tonight, guys, of course, we have some shout-outs to give before we get into a little bit of Cowboy things we want to touch on, and then we can start watching our Dallas Cowboys do their thing. So, yes, thank you very much to all the people here supporting
the man Lincoln Kane, who, of course, is the sponsor of the week.
And the Cash App King.
For not one, not two, but 3 weeks in a row. So, much love to the man Lincoln Kane, repping the star over everything in Australia. We got Mark Hosepi with 89 points on the stream boss. He's holding that down. And, of course, Skeptical Fan, always staying skeptical. Yes, broke the streak of Jet Li there and is our gifting champion. Thank you for that. By the way,
the love and showing the love.
Yeah, that's the best way to kind of show the love here on the channel for us and to the family in the chat. Also, for this week and tonight, we will crown some champions. Currently, there's no gifted membership, so that's up for grabs. Anybody who's in the membership can gift the membership, and that's the way you can keep upping your chances to be a weekly winner in that sense. And then, of course, when it comes to the Cash App side, and I'm going to say this, on the overall leaderboard side, big, huge shout-outs to our current leader, not Lincoln Kane, it's Chill Pill.
Woo.
Take a chill pill, guys. Hopefully, this is a preseason game, so we're going to be relaxed for this one. And, just hopefully, number one thing, you know how we win this game? No injuries. That's all that matters. Big shout-out to those that dropped the love here. Of course, a couple days on the After Dark, going to give some shout-outs to Chill Pill, PJ, Roger Dat, Lincoln Kane back at the star level, Jet Li 44, Pencil, 12th Man, Primo, Arkansas, Dave, B, Grateful Nomad, Amazing Games back in that Navy Blue crew, Pat Pfeiffer, Skeptical Fan, McLovin, Sco971, Marissa Sparkle, Kirk Burning, Vic BC Live, and Primo. Thank you all for dropping the love in the last couple of days as we're in our Navy Blues today on the road at SoFi Stadium. So, and by the way, the starter today, in case you're wondering, Trey Lance, which we kind of figured it wasn't going to be Dak, and we don't need to see. We know what Cooper Rush's ceiling is, but time to check out what's going on with Trey Lance. Now, different ways of dropping the love here. Of course, super chat, thanks button. You could jump in the membership like Lincoln Kane, Amazing Games. You can gift memberships like you see up there, Skeptical Fan, the champion last week. There's 4 ways you can do it outside of the YouTube streets. The After Dark streets kind of do it this way, but you can do it here too.
You have, of course, the Cash App, money sign, My Cowboys Family, the Venmo at My-Cowboys-Family, the regular PayPal link, and last but not least, that Streamlabs link that lets your comments show up on screen just like a super chat would.
Probably not going to do the raffle tonight, because we're in a rush kind of situation, family stuff in town. We said that this to be at night. Honestly, I got mistaken there. So it's an afternoon game here, but starring over everything level memberships coming basically the next time we go live after today, including the weekly winners, which is Lincoln Kane. He has 3 bonus raffle entries, but all-star level gets 1 entry. Over everything gets 2 entries. And we have our monthly jersey raffle coming up for the month of July the next time we go live. So,
right.
Good luck to everybody out there. We also give the nightly shout-outs to those in the star and over everything level. And even though it's been a long off season, we have a couple people still in those top shelf memberships, like, A. Lavelle. A. Lavelle is repping that silver level for like the last 50 months is the record right there. But we got Skeptical Fan, Lincoln Kane, and the Lunatic, all part of that star level, top shelf level membership. So appreciate you guys as well. Now, as we get rolling for this game here in about 20 minutes, kickoff starts. We'll bring you all that important news, info, and updates, information coming here from our Cowboys. And let me just get it. I mean, I know we'll get into it in a minute, but quickly, let's do some shout-outs.
Of course. We have NFZ, J-Dog, Jim Everett, Emmy Martinez, of course, Dan the Man, Emeraldo Cruz, what's up? Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, much love. See who else we got in the house. Skeptical Fan always, staying skeptical. Mackenzie 2 times.
Two times in the house.
You see Jake Duncan, what's up? Even you, Leaside Herald. Double R representing. Freedom First. Hey, you were first today. Way to go. So, and yes, guys, this game is only on NFL Network. Yep. And remember, we can never show any games, whether they're preseason or otherwise. That is copyrighted. But that's how you get to see our live reaction.
It's also, Well, the thing is that even though we're doing this live here, through audio, you see us on the camera here and our little VTubers, we will be opening up the camera so you can see our reactions here, sitting here live with you tonight. I'm repping a certain jersey of a player that's going to play probably a lot today. We'll discuss that in a minute. But let me just get into this now, okay? Because we don't have much time. I want to make sure we fly through this because a lot of information the last 4 or 5 days that we didn't get to really touch on. So let's touch on it now. First off, NFL news. There's been a lot of fights in training camp. The Lions and the Giants have each been fined $200,000 for multiple fights that broke out in joint practices and scrimmages. Of course, we had a scrimmage against the Rams a couple days ago. But all NFL teams were reminded in a memo sent last month that fighting and unprofessional conduct at joint practices will not be tolerated. At least 5 fights broke out with the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Commanders. Mm-hmm. And one of them, star receiver DK Metcalf, swung a helmet at the cornerback for Commanders, Trey Brown. So we'll see what happens that comes out of that. Now, one little quick load of NFL news kind of goes into the Cowboy news. The Patriots releasing wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster. It's a surprise, but basically they want him to get a chance to sign somewhere else before the season. They are happy with their young guys there. Now, Cowboys. Zeke, starting running back. Of course, he's not going to probably run today at all. But there's word out there. Jeremy Fowler is saying the Cowboys are not finished with the running back position, free agent-wise. And what I mean by that is that, this is a quote from Jeremy Fowler, quote, the Cowboys are going to monitor the Zeke, Rico Dowdle, Royce Freeman experience while keeping a short list of external options just in case. The 2 names that they mentioned, Carolina's Miles Sanders, formerly of the Eagles and other teams, and Dalvin Cook, which is a name we've been talking about for a little bit here in this offseason. They have both shown interest in playing for the Cowboys. And if they show interest, that means you got to take a low ball deal. But again, the deal here is Carolina's Miles Sanders could be a cut candidate for the Panthers. He might be released, and the Cowboys will then probably go and try to sign him, maybe put a waiver claim for him, while Dalvin Cook is still a free agent, so you can just pick him up without worrying about anything, basically, with him. Now, as far as the Cowboys, we brought in 3 new players, and now a 4th traded player. Let me go through it real quick. Nick Vigil, linebacker, played 2 years with the run game coordinator for the Cowboys, new run game coordinator, Paul Gunther, in Cincinnati, 2016 and 2017, and then 1 season under Mike Zimmer in Minnesota in 2021. He's a 3rd-round pick in 2016 for the Bengals, so he's now at the Cowboys. He will be playing this game. And then we have Albert Hughes, defensive tackle, 6'3", 305, spent 5 years with 5 different teams, including a short stint with Mike Zimmer in Minnesota for 2020, I think, for 1 month on the practice squad. That's it. So 2023 was his most productive year. That was his last year. Played 13 games, 5 starts, and 22 tackles with the Falcons. Like I said, helped them have a good running game, run defense. And linebacker Darius Harris, who's undrafted free agent in 2019, spent 4 years with the Chiefs, has 2 Super Bowl championships. 2022 season, saw him play all 17 games with the Chiefs and get 43 tackles. His other seasons have been basically barely used. So those are the 3 guys we brought in. Then the Cowboys brought in an upgrade, supposedly, to try to upgrade their defensive backfield in trading for a guy named Andrew Booth Jr. Sneaky good trade, I think, for the Cowboys.
He's repping number 25, by the way.
Yeah, the new play. Yeah, no more. Again, there's a reason, because Nashawn Wright was wearing 25.
Yep.
And now Nashawn Wright's gone, and we traded him away for Andrew Booth Jr. A little moment there on Friday. The Cowboys may be on the verge of a major contract extension. I'll explain in a minute, because none of the Cowboy big names front office people were even anywhere near Cowboys' last training camp practice on Friday. So everyone's thinking CeeDee Lamb, but actually the only move that was made was a trade. There was no Nashawn Wright for that last practice on Friday. And the Cowboys traded Nashawn Wright to the Vikings in exchange for cornerback Anthony Booth Jr. Nashawn Wright, just so you know, was going to be our 4th guy. Now we got rid of our 4th guy, I think mainly because Kalen Carson, number 41, the rookie, has been doing so well in training camp. So that's one of the reasons. And then they're rolling the dice with Andrew Booth Jr. And now Nashawn Wright departs after he played in 32 games for the Cowboys. He only had 3 starts in 3 seasons and 1 career interception. As far as Andrew Booth Jr., 2nd-round pick, gets a fresh start in Dallas. Okay, in the Zimmer system, Kalen Carson has stood out early in camp. The Vikings, they had that tragedy with their cornerback, Kyrie Jackson, 6'4", 195-pound rookie, got killed this offseason. So they wanted to get length on the outside cornerback spot. That's what they're going to get with Nashawn Wright. Whether he's good or not, well, Dan Quinn really liked him for that reason. As far as our new guy, Booth, He's a similar journey as Deshaun Wright. 42nd pick of the 2022 draft, taken the first first season after Minnesota parted ways with Zimmer. Mm-hmm. In his rookie year, Booth was eased into game action, played on special teams mostly. Then he saw a lot of snaps on week 9 in his rookie year before he got his first career start against who? The Cowboys. Yeah. That was the following week. So again, he kind of got used in the middle of the season his rookie year. That game, Booth then suffered a meniscus tear and knocked him out for the rest of the year. So he played one game against the Cowboys and was knocked out for the year. Now, following his rookie year, the Vikings overhauled their defensive scheme. Zimmer gone, new defensive coordinator. Between the scheme change and his own recovery time for the torn MCL, he saw minimal action last year. He didn't play a single snap on defense for the first month of the season, finished the season having played only 13% of the defensive snaps. And he was viewed as entering a pivotal year, trying to keep a roster spot this year. So again, now he's in Dallas with a new start. Deshaun Wright's in Minnesota with a new start. And, the biggest move, I think, for this, the reasoning is, of course, money. Yes, of course, it's the Joneses. In the end, it gives a fresh start for both these cornerbacks to do 2 different teams. The Cowboys get Andrew Booth. He's got a 2-year, $3.3 million deal still that we got to pay, $950,000 guarantee, while Deshaun Wright has 1 year left for $1 million. Non-guaranteed. The Cowboys basically add $400,000 to the 2024 cap, and the Vikings save around the same amount for this year. So basically, for half a million dollars is what it's costing. The Cowboys are saying that's worth it to get rid of Deshaun Wright. Now, to me, that's significant, and we know what Deshaun Wright can offer. Booth maybe has a higher upside, in my opinion. Came into college after a strong college, time frame there with the Clemson Tigers, and a lot of draft experts had him ranked really high. Dane Brogger listed him as the 4th best cornerback in 2022 coming out the draft. So again, scouting report, Zimmer, looks in his quarterback. He has what Zimmer likes in cornerbacks. He has vision, ball skills, versatility, in coverage techniques, aggression, and run support. We need that stuff. And Zimmer, loves all these things for his cornerbacks to have. He also is very good in man coverage, made him a natural fit for the Cowboys' defensive scheme under Quinn. But again, now, obviously, now is going to be a big guy in Zimmer's mind to kind of try to merge into this defensive scheme. He arrives to the Cowboys for a cost that basically, he's not going to make doesn't mean he's going to make the roster, obviously. He's got to play hard, and he's got to get schemed by Zimmer to fit right. And again, he's got Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland, Jordan Lewis. He might be the 4th guy, 5th guy on that list. I think Kalen Carson's done a great job. He's just depth right now. We'll see what if this is any worth of a pick. But I know our salary cap right now, guys, we have almost $30 million open on the cap space right now. Cowboys won the Super Bowl of salary cap, I guess. That's what they always wanted to do. I think there's only like six or seven teams that have more cap space, but the Niners are one of them. Teams like that, and other teams like the Eagles are like right behind us. They spend their money, and they still got money saved because they pushed it down the line. We have taken all the hits this year, it seems. Speaking of hits, what about the CeeDee Lamb update? Because there's a couple updates on CeeDee Lamb, and it started a couple of days ago. Maybe you want to read that?
Yeah, of course. So, like we said, a few days ago, Jerry Jones said, quote, "We're getting great work done, making real progress. I don't think we're losing a step with where we are now." And this is the thing that got a lot of us pretty upset when Jerry then followed that up by saying that there isn't a sense of urgency to get the deal done before training camp is over. So he was kind of asked again to kind of clarify, sense of urgency to get CeeDee Lamb contract done with the preseason starting? Jerry's like, no. So, of course, everyone's like, okay, but why? Jerry's like, I went to high school. I went to college. I don't know why I said it. Ha, 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 ha. I don't have a sense of urgency of getting it done. Give any reason you want. And those little ha, 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 he was actually laughing. That's not just an ad lib there by MCW. So, again, he doubled down on it, saying it. I don't have any urgency to get it done. So, in response to that, CeeDee Lamb on Twitter retweeted one of the reporters who was quoting Jerry Jones saying this stuff, and he just replied, LOL. Now, Micah retweeted CeeDee's retweet, also saying LOL. CeeDee also removed the Dallas Cowboys from his Twitter bio, so if you go on his social media, he's not technically repping the Dallas Cowboys, and the final kind of little cherry on top of this, what the heck is really going on, CeeDee Lamb's agent apparently decided this is a great time to take a vacation. He's been in Paris for the Olympics for an entire week. So as much as even I want to put this all on the Joneses, what the heck are you doing? You have your player who's sitting there twiddling his thumbs during training camp, waiting for a multi-million-dollar deal, and you're just like lottie-dying off in Paris. I'm sorry. That is absolutely ridiculous to me. I can't deny it. That bothers me a lot. And because of that, obviously, a lot of people, rightfully, were in a bit of their feelings hearing that our front office has no urgency to sign their number one receiver. So today, actually, before this game kicked off and Jerry spoke a little bit, he actually said he has a new message saying, quote, "I think I got in trouble about it the other day when I said, look, we're not urgent about CD. Well, no one appreciates CD being on the field any more than I do. I understand completely the angst that's happening about whether you're missed or not. Well, CD, you're missed. But let me say this. He wouldn't be taking a snap out here today if he'd been here. You've got to use your head when you expose key players. We know exactly what CD can do. He worked out with Dak. And so we wouldn't have him out here. It has really not anything to do with his contract. Dak won't be out there this afternoon." End quote. So Jerry is reducing all of this to, oh, well, it's not like he was going to play in today's preseason game anyway, which, again, that is not the problem. Right? Now, Tyrone Church in the chat saying, I don't know, something about that makes you feel like the deal is already done then. I'm not 100% sure if that's how I would take it. I think I took it more as, again, Jerry's like, well, it doesn't matter as long as we get it done before the season starts. That's his mentality heading into this. Like, oh, it's fine. He can miss all of preseason. It's fine. Heck, I can't remember. I think it was Brandon Cooks, actually, the other day that also mentioned, he's like, yeah, when I was with the Rams, there was a player there called Aaron Donald who never took any snaps during preseason, basically never played, didn't do anything, and he was one of the best players in the NFL. I'm not trying to say whether CeeDee Lamb being at training camp or not is going to be somehow a make or break deal. But there is something extremely off-putting about hearing your front office say that there's no urgency to sign your number one receiver. And we can't deny that every snap counts. Either preseason matters or it doesn't. You can't have it both ways. I'm of the opinion that preseason does matter. And even if he doesn't take a singular football snap, CeeDee Lamb needs to be around for all the other reasons. What about the playbook? Are you really telling me he's going to know what some of the new offensive calls or plays are going to be? You're telling me he's not going to make even a singular mistake because, whoops, I didn't get to practice that in training camp. So, I don't know. Something about that is just a little bit off-putting to me. Just throwing it out there. Oh, yeah, Jerry does talk sometimes just to talk. I really hope that it is the case that something was done. Remember, if you guys recall, I believe last time we were live we mentioned this, but apparently our entire front office was missing from practice on, I believe, Friday, right? So we had, like, no McCarthy, Jerry and Steven were gone. Like, it was a very coach-free situation there. So all the high-up people were all gone, all doing something else. We all were kind of hoping and assuming it was going to be the CeeDee Lamb deal. Obviously, he still remains unsigned. So, extremely unfortunate. I don't think CeeDee Lamb is going to go anywhere, but it just feels like a lot of wasted time and potential here when it comes to that entire situation there. So, I know I also touched on this, but Mr. MCF mentioned it, but just in case for those of you guys trickling in now, yes, Andrew Booth, the guy we traded for Nashawn Wright, he is repping number 25, so pretty straightforward, just trading one for the other. So, a quick pre-game update as well. So, running back Royce Freeman, safety Israel Mukuamu, offensive lineman Nate Thomas, and defensive back Sheldrick Redwine, they're all off to the side. So, as the Cowboys were doing their warm-ups, first, second, third, fourth string or whatever, they were not working out or working with the team. So, that kind of lets you know that they will probably be inactive today. Also, no sign of Deuce Vaughn. Right? And yes, for everyone who's been waiting excitedly, Trey Lance is apparently going to start in today's preseason game. Although, please, guys, manage your expectations. He has been doing very well for what was expected of him during training camp so far. But pretty much all the things that we have seen and heard, he is not at a level where he will somehow be surpassing Cooper Rush as the number 2 backup quarterback or as the starting quarterback for some of you guys who still somehow believe that is a possibility. Sorry. So, but yeah, I think most of us expected a little bit more from Jerry Jones, but yeah, he does not feel the need to clarify what's going on. I would just like to see CeeDee Lamb get signed at some point before training camp is over so he can start integrating his way into the team. I'm not going to be the one to point fingers either, but most of us, if you have been watching some of the training camp videos and shorts and things that we've been putting out there, I'm not saying Dak looks bad. I'm just saying that the entire offense would look a lot better if CeeDee Lamb were taking even a handful of snaps. The only, can't even call it a positive, but the only small good thing about this whole situation is the fact that we have some of the other guys getting those kind of first team reps. So hopefully that improves their connection with Dak Prescott and gets them into the flow of the offense. So I have to be honest, the defense has been the most exciting thing about this preseason. So, give me a second, guys. Our dog is demanding attention. You see, that's the funny thing. As soon as we start live streaming, our dog gets like the sixth sense. She's like, please pay attention to me. So, and yeah, Scottzilla, huge shout out to the man Camel. I can't believe it's been a year since he's been gone. Yeah. It is still very bizarre to me to think about that. So
I know. I kept seeing him on there for a while. Did you get everything covered?
Yeah. I mean, I literally just went over all of Jerry's comments from a few days ago, and then today, where he basically just said like, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that." Yeah.
Well, again, I just want to say one last thing about CeeDee Lamb, if that's okay. It's costing a lot of money right now.
True, I forgot that
it's costing him a lot of money. Remember, his fines right now, because he's not showing up for this game, which he could have been at the game and not played, but he's not. He's still holding out because he's held out to this point. His fines are going to be just under $1.6 million already. So, again, right now it's a little over 1.5. It's going to be. Listen, he's going to be obviously trying to get this on his rookie contract kind of worked out of these fines out of his contract, but because he didn't report in time for this game, he's right under $1.5 million owed. CeeDee Lamb, every NFL player, subject to escalating fines per day of mandatory minicamp, and those total for just over $101,000. Once training camp began, he's been fined $40,000 for each mandatory activity, which to this point is 12 practices officially. So again, we had a scrimmage on Thursday, we had a walkthrough on Friday, a non-padded practice, and I'll quickly go through that. It made 12 days missed of actual mandatory practice plus the game. Now, again, some people are saying there's a misrepresentation on the reports on the fifth-year option of a rookie, which is still on this rookie deal.
Yeah.
But, these some people were saying it's actually supposed to be $50,000 per day, but it's not. It's just a CBA section dedicated to fifth-year players for all contract circumstances, and the fine amounts are lined up there in detail. So it's $40,000, right under 1.6 right now. But the last important feature of the CBA and the contract situation is he gets basically 1 week's regular season salary for each preseason game missed. So that really boosts it up because he's getting paid almost $18 million a year. You can divide that by all the games and how much each game is worth. That's an extra fine there, guys. So if you look at this, it's $999,500. His wages
almost $1 million.
Yeah, $1 million just for the game. 12 missed practices, $480,000. Minicamp fines, $101,000. His total fines as of right now, $1,581,216 for CeeDee Lamb. Now, Cowboys going to have 5 more training camp practices and 2 more preseason games after today, which means he can still tack up another $2.2 million in fines if the holdout continues all the way to the regular season.
I was going to say, it's going to be almost $4 million.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind when it comes to him. Now, as far as practices were concerned, on I think Wednesday, there was a mock game walkthrough, so there was no public access. There was no footage allowed. Peyton Hendershot, the tight end, did not take part in the mock game. He's dealing with, of course, we know he's dealing with that shoulder issue. Tyler Guyton was the first team tackle in this walkthrough. Chuma Edoga was the second team tackle. And again, it's a walkthrough, no competing. Just a little side note, though. Edoga started training camp as the starting left tackle. And it was the plan for the Cowboys to ramp up the first-round pick, number 60, Tyler Guyton, who we may see today. I'm not sure. And he's making the switch again from the college right tackle side to the NFL left tackle side. And that was the first practice day. In this practice, by the way, this walkthrough, Damone Clark and Eric Kendricks were wasting no time for those new guys we talked about at linebacker, Nick Vigil and Darius Harris. By the way, you're going to see him today. Nick Vigil, with a lot of people are talking about him from the Cowboys side. They know him well. He's number 52. So keep that in mind. And when you look at Darius Harris, he's number 46. Okay, both were signed just the day before this walkthrough. So now that's great. To me, it's great. Not just Kendricks, but to see Damone Clark helping. Damone Clark's a guy we need to see him like make that move, right? Well, he's finally kind of doing it. So Albert Huggins, the other guy we picked up, he's also at that walkthrough, number 68. He'll be in this game, absorbing as much as he can from this first walkthrough day. But now we got the game kicking off here, and we're seeing the new kickoff lineup here.
Yeah.
Again, like we discussed,
I have to admit, it's still a little weird. Still looks a little weird, not gonna lie.
People have seen it already in the other games. It's just the first time. Here is the kickoff. We're kicking off. They're about to catch it. It goes out of the end zone. It goes out of the end zone. So that goes right to the 30-yard line there. Remember, if you try to take it back or it hits in that zone, and you take once it hits the ground and you take a knee, it goes to the 40. I think is what it goes down to. If you don't run it back, if you do run it back, it's wherever it's at. If it goes into the end zone, it goes to the 30. It's kind of the way it's going to go. But just wanted to say about these practices that we missed the last couple of days. Dak has time to throw. He's looked good. Cook's the most versatile receiver right now in the Cowboys. I think it was Micah Parsons had very, very similar impact against the opposing tackles. No matter who went up against, Micah dominated. Cowboys also communicated at a high level. Kendricks' reads are very quick on defense, number 50. So that's good stuff to watch there. Now, we're watching this game here. I'll put the camera on in a minute. They're running the ball. We got number 94, along with some help from Overshone. But 94, rookie, Marshawn Nealand with the tackle. We need to see something from him because he's replacing Sam Williams there. Now, I did want to say in the last practice, it was also, we had the scrimmage, but the official added practice for the Cowboys, no practice when we had, I think it was Saturday, no practice or Friday because of the actual game coming up. That's why it was kind of limited practices and very light practices the last couple of days. But Deuce Vaughn remained absent from practice with a hamstring injury. Royce Freeman, number 27, missed it with a groin issue. But they're both, I think, they passed the ball, 88 to catch, and that was on Kalen Carson, the rookie. So we've seen a little glimpse there of what, Kalen Carson's first defensive play involvement looked like there. He got beat there, unfortunately. Now, I think you said Deuce Vaughn was, I don't know if he was practicing before or not practicing. He was not being seen warming up with the team. He was on the sideline. So, he was absent from practice for like a week and a half. Royce Freeman had a groin issue, but he was warming up, you said, right? Royce Freeman or no?
Let me double check. No, Royce Freeman was one of the players that wasn't warming up. He was on the sideline. So it was Freeman, Mukuamu, Thomas, and Redwine. Yeah, I had already said it.
Yeah, no, but unfortunately I had the jersey of number 27. So that's that. They're not going to see him today. Anyways, the point is that now you're not going to see either guy in this game. Big opportunity here for Malik Davis, Snoop Connor, number 32, and Nathaniel Pete, the undrafted guy. We know Hunter Lipke, number 40, will make this team. But no Deshaun Wright in the last practice. We know now why. And we had a rehab group of Deuce Vaughn, Trayvon Diggs, Sheldrick Redwine, and Israel Mukuamu.
There we go.
All right, well, again, the 2nd and 8 turns into like about 3rd and 4 maybe after a quick pass to the outside. But just wanted to say, it was another interesting issue. This is why people were like, what's going on? Because there was no Dak Prescott at the last practice. Had ankle soreness. Mm-hmm. It just means they're getting a resting day right there, kind of the boot, wearing the boot. It kind of falls in the same thing. There was no Jerry Jones at that practice. No Stephen Jones. No Will McClay. No Todd Williams. No Mike McCarthy.
I'd kind of mentioned it during the CD discussion. I'm like, where all these guys happen to be missing for a very important contractual reason?
That's what they thought. It was no.
Still nothing yet.
Shotgun for the Rams in 3rd and 4. They're going to run up the middle, and the Cowboys trying to. Marshawn Nealand.
Way to go.
And
Marquise Bell was involved there, too.
Damone Clark. Is Damone Clark, number 18, involved. And the problem there is Damone Clark's getting up slowly. And he's our starter, so keep that in mind. Mike Zimmer. They want to know about that defense in these practices. How is that going to help Dak Prescott? Isaiah Steinbach says it's going to bring out Dak's best, and I kind of agree. Dak Prescott, how can he improve on his MVP season? Listen, the disguises and coverage are going to make him have to read more things now. He's going to have to learn more things against Zimmer's defense.
Yeah, it's not like McCarthy can pre-plan for that. Dak has to make those reads.
Now, 4th and 1, they're going for it. Play action. God, number 93, Fehoko took the inside route there. Instead of covering the outside, they got the first down.
It's more the hesitation made a dumb mistake by Fehoko. Yeah. Had he kept going, it would have been better.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, he hesitated as he realized he messed up, and that made him mess up even more. So, Rams do get the first down here. And let me make something clear as well, guys. We said it before. We're going to say it again. No injuries.
That's number one
thing, no injuries.
Yeah, but,
the second thing is, obviously, we want to see some of the depth of this team shine a little bit. But no injuries is the goal of today. I don't care if the Rams win this game. Yeah, I don't care if it's 50-0. Like, we're here to make sure our players don't get hurt and show some good things.
No.
Not as great of a job stopping the run there.
I'm going to say something. Fehoko is getting blown out right now, and I don't like this at all. I kind of not a big fan of this Fehoko getting blocked backwards 3 times and then not containing his outside.
You know what I am a fan of, though?
What's up?
The lady. Mary Alvarez.
In
herself. Shout out to you, Mary. Enjoy that preseason game. She came through to say hello and hi and dropped a $5 holler, kicking things off today.
First
on
drop,
the official side of things.
First drop of the season in a regular game, in a game possible, right? First Mary drop said, in a game this year.
Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing great. Cowboys football is here. Let's go.
It's back.
Penalty.
It's back. Penalty on the Rams, I think. A false start, if I'm not mistaken there.
But there's her drop coming through. She said, football season's here. Let's go. I'm here at SoFi Stadium enjoying the preseason game. So it was a false start. So great catch there, my love. And shout out to you, Mary, again. Enjoy that preseason game. Represent our Dallas Cowboys. And remember, no injuries.
No injury. Of course. That's what matters.
What's up, 12th man off grid?
Yeah, he's in the house.
Raul in the house. And yes, guys, BB is playing. Again, the only players 100% that are not playing were those players that I just mentioned earlier. So, and of course, some of our main starters. But hopefully you guys already knew that, hey, you're not going to see Dak Prescott on the field today, right? You're not going to see Michael Parsons on the field today.
Yeah, none of these guys are going to play. But we do have Mozzie right now over center there. And he's trying to take on 2 blocks. No, not a good missed tackle there by number 32. It's a touchdown, looks like, or almost a touchdown from number 88. I mean, Damone Clark made the tackle, and
see someone getting up slowly.
And number 43 got banged up there. It's just a bad missed tackle there, and I want to see who that is. Number 30 something.
Lord Aizen said it. We continue to never stop the run. Again, that is going to be something that we knew was going to be a struggle overall as we adjust.
37. I want to check that in a minute. Number 43 made the tackle at the end.
Hall?
No.
Ball?
Hall.
43?
Hall, but he's an undrafted guy. It's more about the guy who missed the coverage and then missed the tackle.
Said Eric Scott is trash.
Is that number 30? Yeah, number 37 is Eric Scott. So there you go. Now here's we got to stop the run.
Skeptical.
We do stop the. I will say this: so far in this game, we've stopped the run. The only play we didn't stop was Fajoko's, not able to stop the quarterback contain. That's not really a run. That's more, we stopped the run right now. We stopped it with, I'm going to say, as of right now, I know it's preseason, we go backups versus backups, but Marshawn Nealon, the second-round pick, he's looking solid as a run stopper, at least in this first drive. Very little, work to look at here. But, yeah, you're seeing 13, 14, and 18 there, basically playing the inside.
Well, side note, looks like Clark is the one with the green dot or telling people what
number
to do.
18?
I saw him. Yeah, I just saw him kind of telling
Screen,
people.
Cowboys read it.
Ooh,
great job. Is that Mozzie? Great job by Mozzie with the read. Great job by Overshown with the read. That's the kind of those are two.
Was well done.
Those are 2 starters. Overshown would probably be starter / rotational starter. That's important to see right there. But I just want to say this defense has actually looked really good against our offense, even if we had some issues in this game. And again, this is preseason, guys, our backups. So I don't really look at all the answers being solved here.
Yeah, we're looking for individual moments from these guys.
Yeah, and no injuries, like you said.
Of course.
So, but Dak Prescott's going to be finding a lot of these disguised coverages in practice and training camp and all that stuff. It's going to help the O-line. It's going to help the communication on the O-line. It's going to help Dak Prescott reading something. So I love that part. Now, here they go. Going for the end zone. Almost a pick. By 14, Marquise Bell playing that safety position. Remember, he was playing linebacker last year, got moved back to safety this year, and he was right in the mix. Even though he's the backup safety, he will have some start and some starting value, so to speak. So
yeah, he's kind of one of those in-between guys.
Yeah, and we have some stuff on Trayvon Diggs. Al Harris spoke about Trayvon Diggs. Since we've seen the defensive backfield. Mm-hmm. What did Al Harris say about Trayvon Diggs and the ability to run routes as like a defensive back?
Yeah, as the Rams go for a field goal here. So Al Harris said that one of the things about Trayvon is that he has the unique ability to run routes as a defensive back, which of course receiver, right? Makes sense. Yeah, he started off his football career as a receiver. So, I also imagine that's where he gets his great hands from. But he says that he's seen that before from guys like Marcus Peters, guys like Charles Woodson. right?
Some greats.
Some heavy hitters there. So he was also asked, like, which one of your corners reminds you the most of you back when you were playing? He said, I have to go with Trey. Following that up by Deron Bland. And he said as far as how they are off the field, same thing. So Trayvon and then Bland, that he's like, these guys represent me on a personal level. So which honestly maybe is one of the reasons why he's so effective at coaching them. He knows and personally understands their skill set.
Now, no Micah today.
Nope.
But we did have Greg Ellis, the Cowboys' assistant defensive line coach, speak on Micah Parsons and his abilities when we get to that regular season. What did he say really quickly about Micah?
Saying, quote, I told Micah, I don't know another defensive end, and I've been blessed to play for 12 years and been around this league a long time, that can run a 4.3. And he's talking about the 40-yard dash there. He's like, that's unheard of. That's receiver kind of speed. So if you got a guy like that, you'd be foolish not to do special stuff to allow him to help our football team. He's elite by just God-given ability. And some of the things we're going to hopefully bring to him is going to help elevate him even more. I call him a wizard because you can really work magic because of your ability. He can be in a situation that normally a guy is supposed to get blocked in, but because he's so fast and moves so quickly, he finds a way to make that play successful, and that's why I call him a wizard. So, hey, Micah the Magic Man.
Hey, we know how good Micah is. Now, one last guy I want to talk about before we put the camera on here, lights, camera, and action, is, of course, Mozzie Smith, who was spoken about by Jeff
Zganina.
Coach Z. There you go. The defensive line coach of the Cowboys.
Jeff Zganina said this about Mozzie Smith, saying, quote, he's doing good. He's learning a new style. We're a little bit different than they were last year, and he's learning. He's trying new things. We're trying to get the right fit for him. He's doing well. He's got to get his conditioning going because he's coming off of the injury, but he's in a good spot. We just got to keep getting better and better every day, and that's why we come to training camp.
Yep.
Zganina also had this to say as far as, coaching players as that's what he does as his job, but then he apparently coaches dogs in his free time. He does dog shows. Said, both I'm dealing with something I really can't control, but I hope I can control and that I've coached right. Whether I coach a dog or I coach a player, I hope they respond to what I've taught them and react to it. To me, dog showing is harder. Walking on the field as a player was so much easier. It's nerve-wracking.
Oh, man. So there you go. The defensive breakdown. We just saw the defense out there. Now we're going to get the offense as we kick off here and try to have Turpin run it back. And Trey Lance will be starting.
Yes, he is.
Number 19, I think. So here we go. The kickoff is out of the end zone. They don't want us returning it.
No, they don't.
So there you go. Now I'm going to take me off the screen here.
Go
if
ahead.
You guys don't mind.
Yeah, make the
bye-bye. Whoop, I'm gone.
Camera adjustments necessary, my love. I'm going to do some quick shout-outs in the chat.
Yes.
And then I'm actually going to, once we turn on the camera, I wanted your opinion since you didn't get to hear Jerry's full comment on CeeDee Lamb and what he said today right before the game during the preseason.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. Yeah.
So, real quick, what is up, Raul? Yes, Trey Lance is starting.
Yes.
So we're about to see him take the field. So, Scorpio, Talk to Sully, Skeptical, Lord Azen, 12-Man, J-Dog, all of you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
And we're here, live and in full effect. Baby, say hi to the family.
What is up? So, it looks like Cooper Rush is actually starting, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it?
Even though they literally said 5 minutes ago Trey Lance was starting, but that is definitely Cooper Rush.
So Cooper Rush was starting, not Trey Lance. I had my number 27 jersey for Royce Freeman, but he's out of this game. So we're a little late on things today, guys. We're sorry.
They announced that literally as we were already live.
Yeah, and the other thing that sucked though is that unfortunately, not sucked, but we had plans with we actually got them done before the stream. Ran back here trying to get it done in time, so we're a little behind. Yeah. I wanted to have the Ram logos for the anti-Ram logos in the chat for you guys, but I didn't have a chance to do that, so I apologize. But next week we'll definitely have it ready for the Raiders, whoever we play. Here's another run, though. First time we run, second time we run with, hey, look, Rico Dowdle.
There we go.
I'm really kind of a little surprised we got a little Rico Dowdle in there because he's going to be used as a 1-2 punch with Zeke. So interesting there to see him. But, hey, I'm glad to see Rico get some play here. Now we got Brock Hoffman. He's starting. He's our starting center. He's starting. We got Adoga. He's our starting left tackle right now. In between them, they got Austin Richards. Not that good of a camp for him. On the right side, there's no Zach Martin. There's T.J. Bass. There's no Terrence Steele, I don't think, out there. There's Let's-Go.
Oh.
Cooper Rush going deep. He's
at
got him.
Koopy.
Coop Brooks. Jalen Brooks, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
And that's why Trey Lance will not be taking the backup quarterback spot from Cooper Rush.
Listen, and not just that. I mean, you got the thing is more than Cooper Rush. This was about Jalen Brooks. number 83, because he's moving up the depth chart. He's right behind Jalen Tolbert. Tolbert's winning that.
No, and not just that, but what a great move to adjust there.
Yes,
it was
it was underthrown.
Yeah.
So he went back there, got underneath the ball, and was able to if he's going to get penalized, that's an option. If he's going to catch the ball, it's another option. He gave himself a couple options there. Rico Dowdle runs to the left, gets about 2 yards there.
And guys, we will be seeing yes, we'll absolutely be seeing Trey Lance today. Like we said, they actually reported he was supposed to start. So, not sure what happened.
They showed it here on our, if you guys are watching your screens, you've seen it say, starter Trey Lance
starting. So,
not the case.
Yeah, but yes, he will be getting some action today. No doubts about that. And again, it'll be a great way to be able to see the difference between where he was at before and where he's at now. So, 2nd and 8 for our Cowboys here. And remember, guys, no injuries. That's the number one thing we want to see here. I mean, looks like Cooper Rush changed something.
He's looking left, going middle, drops it down. It's almost bobbled by number 16, Jalen Cropper, who's having also a very good preseason and training camp right now, right? So
the Scorpio, shout out to you. What's up, PJ? Talk to Sully, much love. So let me. I want to roll back through. Actually, no. Let me go ahead and touch on that CeeDee Lamb comment that I mentioned.
Go ahead. By the way, I do want to tell everybody I did put a Rams hate out there. So make sure you guys refresh your screen. You'll see what I mean. I'm gonna do it now so you guys can see the drop here, and you can drop it whenever the Rams suck it up, which hopefully is a lot.
No, it's a 3rd and 7 here. Cooper Rush goes
looking
for
right,
another.
Throws right, end zone, nowhere to go. Cropper went inside, and Rush went outside. There was a miscommunication there between quarterback and receiver.
Obviously, we don't know who's the one that quote-unquote messed up there, but still. So, now, real quick, like I said, so Jerry, after his whole, oh my goodness, there's no pressure to sign CeeDee Lamb, we're not rushing or whatever. He's like, I think I got in trouble the other day when I said we're not urgent about CeeDee. I understand completely the angst that's happening, whether you're missed or not. CeeDee, you're missed. So first, he's trying to make it sound like, CeeDee Lamb's in his feelings because he doesn't feel appreciated enough. So CeeDee, we miss you.
Here's the kick by Aubrey. Can he continue? And he continues his greatness over there, guys. So that's good to see.
Some Brandon Aubrey action. Yes. Officially 3-3, not that it matters.
3-3. We can keep you guys abreast.
5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first.
Yeah.
So, but here's the part that, like I said, this is a part that genuinely pissed me off when I heard Jerry said this, saying, quote, "Let me say this. He wouldn't be taking a snap out there today if he'd been here. You've got to use your head when you expose key players. We know exactly what CeeDee can do. He worked out with Dak. And so we wouldn't have him out here. It really has nothing to do with his contract. Dak wouldn't be out here this afternoon."
Does he understand the purpose of preseason? Like, he doesn't understand. We know he's not. The question is, we're not mad. The fans are not mad because we don't see CeeDee Lamb. Only the dumb fans will be mad if we don't see CeeDee Lamb, in this game. But Jerry Jones must think that the fans are stupid, because we all know that CeeDee being out on the field is not the important part today. It's about CeeDee Lamb being in camp to learn the schemes, the different changes, the connection with Dak, continuing that, to know, you saw a little miscommunication there between Rush and Cropper.
Oh, Cropper, sorry.
So my point is that when you see that kind of miscommunication, I understand that, young guy and a backup quarterback, but it should not happen with Dak and CeeDee Lamb. But that's the thing that Jerry Jones doesn't get in his head, I guess. Or he gets it. He's just playing around. He's been playing around with comments all offseason about signing CeeDee Lamb mainly first, and then Dak, and then Micah. Yeah. And all these comments, it's all in shit. It just continues Jerry's going to say whatever it takes to, get controversy. So I know you're saying it makes you mad. It's just more stupidity from the clown show.
You kind of said it. I had said it earlier, but either training camp matters or it doesn't. Like, there's no in-between, there's no whatever. Either training camp matters or it doesn't. I hate the fact that I know this is an inevitability now. CeeDee Lamb is going to mess up in some way offensively, not because he isn't a great receiver, but because he's the last guy to pick up the playbook, and he messed up on one of the plays. How is that? It's not even a.
It might happen once in a while.
Yeah.
But it's not in the beginning. It may happen. But yeah, it might cost us something. It might cost us a game. It might cost us a first down. It might cost us a big play, a turn of momentum. And that's those little things that you can't really say, okay, this is because he missed training camp. But something happened. Something happened. The first thing people are going to blame is missing training camp, and that's not on CeeDee as much as it is on the Joneses.
Exactly.
CeeDee wanted to wait till we got Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, that lack of urgency directly produces results. And like I said, as much as it's a positive that some of these other guys get those first team snaps and get to build their connection with Dak, our entire offense needs to flow together, and it can't do that till CD's back. So shout out DFW. J-Dog is asking, who are we most excited to see this season as far as a rookie or somebody stepping up? I mean, to me, I have to be real, Mozzie Smith.
Well, is it rookie or he said?
He said rookie or just one of the young guys. So,
Mozzie definitely got to step up.
Yeah, I know he's in his second year, obviously, but Mozzie...
Kickoff is underway. Can Cowboys cover it? We do. To the 22, 23, 24. Good defense there. Vigil, number 52, makes the tackle.
There we go.
I think that... say that again?
I was just saying Mozzie Smith because it is a necessity.
Mozzie to me is without question.
We put a lot of eggs in that Mozzie basket.
Mozzie, Tolbert... I would have said Sam Williams, but those are guys that have been here. I mean, I would like to see Overshone come through, not get injured, knock on wood.
Yeah, but as far as official rookies...
Schoonmaker, but the rookies, I know Cooper Beebe's there on top of everyone's list.
Can you pick anything other than the O-line? You
Cooper
could,
Beebe,
but...
Tyler Guyton, Kalen Carson. Those are the three guys I think are the ones we're going to see play most. And a little bit Leo Fowle as well.
Yeah.
So our top 4 picks maybe, you know what I'm saying? I expect to see them not necessarily all start, but be involved in the starting or rotation. And I say starting for Tyler Guyton. I say, definitely maybe eventually a starter for Cooper Beebe. Rotational kind of, if you need him, Kalen Carson.
How about contributing? We want to see all these guys contributing.
Yeah.
That's
and Leo Fowle, I think he'll be probably the least contributing, but he'll be brought in certain plays because he's been given the Cowboy offense the way Zimmer uses him as like a blitzing kind of linebacker.
Yeah. And Wiseman 27, I really hope that, that's exactly what I said. We need CD out there. Forget the preseason. We need him so he can get into things.
Ooh, nice defense.
Nice defense. Who was
Blitz
that?
to the right by number 31, which is Josh Butler, who was on our team last year as a practice squad guy. We moved him up to the 52-man roster.
Good for him.
53-man roster for a little bit. So Josh Butler made a nice play, number 31. He's going to try to hang on to that practice squad spot, but I was going to say... Now,
rolling back to the whole CD thing real quick, Talk to Sully said, I'm trading Lamb. I'm just trading him. I don't want to trade him. We are basically shooting ourselves in the foot.
My issue is that CeeDee Lamb was waiting on his side to Justin Jefferson gets paid to see where his market's at, which I agree with. Business, that's a business decision. Overthrown interception by Marquise Bell. Great job by Marquise Bell with the pick. It was overthrown by Bennett, the quarterback. Great job by Marquise Bell.
Hey, that's a nice little feather in our defensive cap.
Marquise Bell came out, he had a real great breakout season last year. Forced to play linebacker, did a great job. One of the better tackling linebackers, believe it or not, with his shorter size. But, it wore him down. This year, Zimmer said, we're going to move you back to
now
safety.
That he's a defensive back again, I have a feeling that Zimmer is going to have a ball with Bell.
I think that he's used more like a Cam Chancellor. We don't have Jaron Curse. So this is kind of our Jaron Curse guy, in my opinion, Marquise Bell. A big guy that can hit you as a safety, not as a linebacker, which we were using last year.
Obviously safeties are usually, he's undersized for a linebacker, but he's actually on the bigger side for a safety.
He is sort of like a Cam Chancellor, which is what I remember Dan Quinn utilizing in his defense. And, you can see the similar situation with it's a couple of Viking players that had similar roles with Zimmer. So I think you're seeing Marquise Bell kind of like that Jaron Curse kind of replacement, run support, but can also cover. So that was a great play by him. Again, not the Super Bowl. This means nothing, but it's good to see Marquise Bell. He picked up where he left off, and he's doing it at his original safety position. So I love to see that happening there. I was going to go back on the CeeDee Lamb thing, I think, for a second, but Jerry Jones is just don't get too worked up by this. Listen, Jerry Jones, we knew that it's not going to hurt CeeDee Lamb as far as missing this game. It's just more about fines when it comes to that for CeeDee Lamb. He's $1 million.
We already know, we've talked about this before, but because it is his first, he's still on his rookie contract and he's getting his first big deal, these fines aren't even as big of a deal as it would be for another player who decides to hold out because he's one of the few players that can have his fines waived.
Yeah. So, again, any 5th-year or rookie contract, you can you get fined.
Have that negotiation.
Yeah. Anybody else does not get that. Zach Martin last year had to pay the fines separate from his.
Speaking of paying, talk to Sully saying, I like Lamb, I like Dak and Parsons, but these players want to be paid like they're Super Bowl caliber without ever even getting to an NFC conference game. If that's the case, then that means that if you're talking NFC or AFC conference, that means that there's 28 other teams that shouldn't pay their players. The reality is that players are paid, yes, partially on how well the team does, but specifically on their individual stats and performances based on others of their same
position.
Category and position. So that's why CeeDee Lamb, he is playing at a similar level to Justin Jefferson, who's the number 1 paid receiver, who, by the way, is on the Vikings, who didn't do jack shit last year. So, you know, I'm just saying, there's tons of amazing players that are on subpar teams.
Right. Who'd you say was didn't do jack shit?
The Vikings last year?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, Jefferson had a good year still. Yeah.
I said the team.
I'm
saying Justin Jefferson himself,
right.
absolutely amazing.
Right.
The Vikings team that he happens to be on, Pupu Kaka. Again, he's not the first or the last a great and amazing player who ends up on a team that can't quite perform. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but the Vikings have one guy they pay a lot of money to. I think now two. We have a bunch of players we pay a lot of money to. There's Jalen Brooks once again, and now Trey Lance is in.
Okay.
Trey Lance officially in, so he didn't start, but he's going to get the rest of the game.
All right.
So Trey Lance out there, get the first completion. Now listen, I'm going to be honest about Trey Lance. Some of you guys are going to hate me for this, but too bad. Trey Lance looking like
go hurt some feelings.
Like crap out there. Other than a couple good passes, nice passes he had. I could have a nice pass out there, but my point is that Trey Lance is not looking great yet. He's not looking like he should be as a number 2. Forget about it. Cooper Rush is still better. As a number 3, he's hanging on by a thread. So I want to see him really do well in this game. We'll have to wait and see, though. Now, Trey Lance here was a running play there to, I'm not sure. I'm looking here, but it had to be someone like Malik Davis, number 34. You don't have Deuce. You have Malik Davis, Snoop Connor, and Nathaniel Pete. You're going to see the running backs. Now that Rico's probably out, number 34, Malik Davis. Number 32, Snoop Connor. Number 36, Nathaniel Pete, the rookie undrafted running back.
I also saw a few people in the chat wondering, like, oh, is Dak Prescott not at this game? Guys, he's there. He's just not playing. He's on the sideline.
Another first down for the Cowboys. Again, we have one pass by Trey Lance, 2 runs, and first down now. So that's a good start to this drive.
Dak is actually mic'd up, probably, helping with the quarterback offensive side of things. Just saying.
In his headset.
Yeah.
The thing is, I mean, in the helmet. But I just want to say that I realize that,
that's one heck of a last name there for that Rams player, Van Valkenburg or something.
Malik Davis, who I've been a big fan of since his rookie year, he's the guy in there now, and he's looking good. He has a nose to find the hole, and I like that. And here's a fake run.
Action.
You got Schoonmaker underneath. Do not throw it. He does. Trey Lance threw it to Schoonmaker on a silly kind of throw. He was in coverage. He completely covered by Hummel from the Rams. So, not a good. See, here's the thing that bothers me about Trey Lance: his decision making has been questionable, big time in practice in the past with the Niners, and that could have been caught. It would have been a 2-yard gain. Too close to risk a 2-yard gain with a pick 6 possibility. You know what I mean?
Again, his physicality has improved, but I mean, the quarterbacking hasn't quite.
Here we go. A
damn.
false start in the Cowboys or a timeout. Timeout, Cowboys.
Okay.
I'll be right back, baby. You handling the business. I gotta do a couple. I'm gonna be back and forth, guys. We got family.
Oh, Badaz, that's an interesting comment there. Oh, so but yeah, it is nice to see Tyler Guyton out there. So. Again, whatever McCarthy saw there, he did not like that. So, and I'm going to go rolling back since we left this conversation half unfinished. Mr. Talk to Sully said wrong. Mrs. Dallas hasn't been to an NFC conference game or an NFC, and basically he hasn't. Okay. But he hasn't been to, we haven't been to a conference game in 30 years. So, again, the way that players get paid in the NFL is not necessarily concurrent to the success of the team in the NFL. Like I said, otherwise you'd have 30 teams who never get paid and never pay anybody, and only the Super Bowl teams pay their players. I'm not arguing on what's right or not. We can definitely have a discussion on the fact that the Cowboys continuously mismanage their contractual obligations. Holy crap, what a pass there, but unfortunately a little over. Another attempt at Schoonmaker, but no dice. So, kind of rolling back to what I was saying. So, like I said, we can have a separate discussion on how the Cowboys have mismanaged paying the players that they needed to. But at the end of the day, you do have to pay them something, and it is not the team's success that determines their paychecks. That's it. That's just not how the NFL works. It's just not how it works. So. Oh, yeah, no, he said the nose to find the whole thing, Badaz. I don't know where that other part came from. Just throwing that out there. Oh, man, Trey Lance runs for it because nobody was open. Gets the first, hey, he got 20 yards there. Again, that's what I mean by his physicality has improved. And that was a much better decision there. So, yeah, hey, that was, like I said, that was a nice move. And one of the reasons that I know that we wanted to have Trey Lance in the building in general, a lot of his kind of fundamentals in a way match up very well with Dak's in a lot of ways, but again, the passing just never quite got to the level that it needed to. So his footwork also needs some help. Anyway, 1st and 10 here for our Cowboys. Oh man, a little dump down by Trey Lance just in the nick of time. Hey, wow. We actually managed to turn that around because he was about to take a sack. Instead, we get a 4-yard gain. I will take that. So, and as of now, of course, I'm knocking on wood, but no injuries. Everyone's looking good, looking clean. There we go. I think it was Dowdle, by the way, who made that catch. They keep showing Trey Lance, not showing the person who caught it. So, of course. Wisen27 saying our O-line is doing great. Again, so far so good. Everyone's doing what they're supposed to do. A little pitch back run play. It is Dowdle with nothing there. We actually lost the yard, unfortunately. So, that was a great defensive read, actually, by the Rams. They're showing yeast. So, Scorpio's like, what a shit play. Yeah. I don't think that I think we've been so focused on our defense and all the changes going on there. This is one of the reasons why I want to see CeeDee Lamb back, because some of the things that we're seeing offensively that make us go, not a fan. Is it because CeeDee's not there and we're just not seeing the full offense? Is it because what we're actually seeing is not great? What the fuck was that? Oh, damn. So close. So close. Yeah, so Trey Lance, honestly, I couldn't tell if that was the O-line or a Trey Lance move, but he just made a really bad move, had to just dump it out. Now, it's a 4th and 1, though. Here, I'm looking at it again just to see. Damn, no. Yeah, someone broke through on the right side. Why don't they ever show the player that I actually want to see? Who the heck is playing right tackle right now? Anyway, Cropper did the best that he could. 4th and 1, it looks like we're going for it. Hey. No, sorry. I spoke too soon. We're not going for it. It is what it is. And yes, I know it's backups. I know it's okay. But I still want to know. Me personally. So, yeah, it looks like we're just going to kick. Okay, no, we actually called another timeout. Okay. I mean, look, I know it's just a preseason game, but McCarthy, manage your clock a little better. So, unless we're calling the timeout because we're going to go for it. In which case, then I guess, fine. Acceptable. I'll allow it this time. Okay, so yeah, Scorpio, thank you for that update. So it looks like we did call that timeout, specifically because McCarthy wants to go for it here on this 4th and 1. Honestly, I'm a fan. This is one of those situations where we absolutely know we're going to be in the regular season, and it worked out for us more times than not when we did do it this past year. So we'll have to see if that kind of aggressiveness ends up paying off for us, right? So let me see here. So, kind of rolling back a little bit here as we wait for this to get percolating. They're taking their sweet time. Talk to Sully said that's the problem. We keep rewarding players on stats and not wins. I am for paying players, but not record-breaking deals. And that's where the salary cap doesn't care how good you are or not. We have absolutely average guys, heck, even garbage guys, getting paid triple what guys years ago would get. Hey, oh, shit. Turnover on downs. Trey Lance overthrows to Cropper on that left corner. Cropper did get hands on it, sort of, but no dice. Yeah, it was way overthrown, guys. Even if he had caught it, he was going to catch it outside the end zone in the freaking sideline. So, I know it is just preseason, but once again, Trey Lance is showing you why he is currently the 3rd-string quarterback and not even the backup quarterback. So, I wish a few of those people who wanted Trey Lance to take over for Dak were here right now. Just saying. Let me see. Dumb play call said talk to Sully. I don't know. Cropper was open. So, it seemed like they made a good read overall. Right? That ball had been literally a little bit closer. Would have been better. We'll have to see. Wiseman27 said, yeah, a little too much air under that one. Skeptical fan said, why are you throwing the ball when you have a quarterback that can sneak it in? Again, I'm going to assume that if we're running this offense, irrespective of the current quarterback, in the sense of this is a Dak-based offense, so we're running the type of play we would run if Dak were in there. As much as I wish we would use Dak more in that way, especially in a goal line situation, especially after what we saw last year, and especially with Dak and his current ankle soreness and just the ankle issue overall. I expect that Dak running it in is going to be something we see very, very rarely, if not maybe exclusively in the playoffs as a desperation situation. So that disappoints me personally because, again, I think that his mobility is one of those things that made Dak Prescott a little better than the rest when it came to some of the things that he was able to do because, yeah, I mean, you know, back in the early days of Dak, that was usually what defenses feared the most. Yeah, like he obviously can get it where he needs to go. He had his moments, you know, power throws and stuff like that. But it's the fact that if you even let him for 1 second get enough space or enough time to run it, he will absolutely run 15, 20 yards on your ass. And you won't even see it coming. Right? Like that element has been lost on our offense. Naturally, of course, because Dak is not the same young man he was 8 years ago, 9 years ago. How long has it been? 8 years? 9 years? It's been a while. So, kind of rolling back a little bit. Rack City, what's up? Raul said, I hate fade patterns. Skeptical fan said it. Why are you trying to throw a fade when you only have 1 yard? Again, chess not checkers, or checkers not chess in this scenario. Yeah, pretty much every single person here just said that they were not fans of that play call. I'm seeing several of you guys just say, yeah, we could have made a better decision there in that moment. Scorpio said it. I can't blame Trey. Our play calling is still horrible in the red zone. Again, is that one of those unfortunate consistent patterns that we're going to keep seeing carry on from last year? Like I said, Mike McCarthy was able to avoid a lot of flack just because of all the other changes and moves that we've had going on in this offseason. We haven't stopped to talk about some of the McCarthy-related things that we know needed to improve. Heck, McCarthy is the one in the hot seat. So he has a vested interest more than anyone else to make sure that this offense is running in tip-top shape. So, anyway, let me keep rolling it back here a little bit. Let me see. So Scorpio's saying it. I don't care who we have as quarterback or running back. If we call plays like this bullshit, we will lose more games. So that's kind of my question. Is it a chicken or the egg scenario? Is it that McCarthy would have called that play regardless of who was there, regardless of whatever was going on? Or is it that we're not calling those other plays because of other elements going on within the team? Like, Trey Lance could have absolutely run it in there, but maybe the Cowboys don't want Dak running it in there. So they would have run the same fade route had Dak been in there or otherwise. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to say there. I don't know. Skeptical fan said Dak would have run it in. If Dak ran it in, that's because he would have chosen to. And I'm still, just me, my personal opinion, I'm still of the belief that Dak will not deviate from the game plan and is still not comfortable deviating from whatever the game plan is. He is a coach's guy, right? You tell him what to do, he's going to go out there and do it. It's actually, Mr. MCF pointed this out earlier when we were talking about some of the defensive changes and some of the disguises that we're doing, right? That's going to force Dak, whether you want to or not, it's going to force him to get better at reading the defense and then changing things up in that moment as well. So he's going to have to adapt without Mike McCarthy exactly telling him, hey, XYZ, this is what we're doing here. So hopefully we do get to see a little bit more of that in the handful of snaps that he might play at some point. Actually, drop it in the chat. Do you guys think that Dak is going to take even a singular snap in a preseason game? Because I have a feeling we are not going to see Dak Prescott at all, not even once. Just throwing it out there. Oh, let me see. See, the RPO would be great for Lance. And that's my quote. That's my question. Wouldn't the RPO be great for Dak too? Let me know. Someone let me know. Let me see. Dak could audible it to pass himself if he doesn't like the run look. So, yeah, again, like I said, we need to see Dak independently take charge of that a little bit more. Again, we saw like the first real stirrings, beginnings of that back when Amari Cooper was kind of pushing Dak a little bit. He needed that external motivation to like, hey, you need to take this on you. Right? Not the coaches, not me. You need to make that decision. So we'll see how that continues to go. By the way, 2nd and 9 for the Rams. Ooh, great tackle there. Was that Marquise Bell again? No, that was Carson. So there you go. And yeah, talk to Sully. Pretty much every year, the price of entertainment has been rising much faster than I think the average American can keep up with. Again, we are very lucky to be able to take our kids to their first game last year. But we have decided pretty much since then, we're going to put a pause on attending Dallas Cowboy games in person. Jerry needs to fix some ish. Cam from AZ, what's up? Saying coaches were dumb on that play. I agree. Oh, damn. That was actually a nice throw by whoever that was.
I missed it. What did I miss? Sorry.
I just don't know who the backup quarterback is for the Rams.
Yeah,
Brooksman
he's
or something?
He's their third stringer. Because the backup is Jimmy Garoppolo.
And by the way, Skeptical Fan was also saying it because and you saw that play, right? Quickly. They were not a fan of the choice of a fade route when it's a 4th and 1 on the goal line. And basically everyone's just kind of saying, why would you not either give a run pass option or just run Trey Lance in? My conclusion to that was just because that's not what we would do if Dak was there. Like, that's not Mike McCarthy.
I know what you're saying. You're right. And
personal foul on
Eric Scott Jr.
Yeah.
God damn, man.
Well, now that you're back, I'm just going to go refill my water super quick. I'll be back in a second here.
I did want to say something about to Sully, and much love to the man who's our resident MCF official here, referee. But I think that, and I said it in the chat, the times have changed. It's a play action here, by the way. A little pressure from 91, but he still gets to play.
That was, again, a nice pass by their third stringer.
Different levels of options.
He's got some zip on the ball.
But also some levels of options for the receiver, for the quarterback to throw to different receivers, short, middle range, a little deeper. But talk to Sully. The thing I want to say is that I agree with like the basic principles of what you're saying. You didn't win a Super Bowl, you shouldn't get the bag. You didn't do everything. If you are the one that got the team to a certain point or the main catalyst to get them to the conference championship or I understand those guys should get paid and get paid what their worth is. Like Aaron Donald, he won a Super Bowl, but if he never won a Super Bowl, you tell me he shouldn't get paid? Like, obviously he needs to get paid. You got other guys that never won Super Bowls. Dan Marino, let's say, if he played nowadays, does he deserve to get paid because he didn't win a Super Bowl? He doesn't deserve to get paid because he didn't win a Super Bowl? Of course he does. So you got to look at it that way, number one. But in the old days, and I say the 80s, that's why I grew up watching this, and then into the 90s and beyond, you have to earn it, right? That's what we're used to. But times changed. Now it's, and whether we like it or not, the players have there's a big run up our middle here for about 15-yard gain. Rookie, these backups and now these are third stringers not looking good. The first drive, our backups look better. But the third stringer is not looking very good right now for us. But the point is, I'm trying to say is that nowadays it's about, listen, the owner's making money hand over fist. Right now the players got a little drop of that. And now his salary cap's going up and all that stuff. You know how much money these players bring into to these owners and these teams. So now it's about your market value at your position. CeeDee Lamb was drafted. We did this a good job drafting. That by drafting these high quality players, CeeDee Lamb, Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons. You keep it going, right? These guys
good problems to have usually.
Yeah, these guys are going to, again, other teams maybe have one good player they draft in 3-4 years, and they got to pay that guy. That's easier to do. So we do a great job drafting, but now CeeDee Lamb was forced to have number 88 from Jerry Jones, off one of his former friends and college teammates who passed away was Lamb, number 88. So the 88 is the big number, you give to any star receiver. So all these things, and now Jerry Jones say no. Listen, guys, Jerry Jones is playing games. We will sign CeeDee Lamb. That's my true guess there, and he's going to get paid $34 million, 35 because at his position he is the best or second best currently right now. Super Bowls don't matter anymore, and I'm not saying that doesn't matter to me or you or to Sully. That's the way the system is now. And we all have to either accept it or just bitch about it and say it sucks. And I guess not really watch. But
it's a bit of a catch-22 in the sense of if you do not pay these players their market rate, more or less, you will not have a team good enough to even begin to sniff the playoffs, let alone the NFC Championship that we're trying to...
Unless you draft over and over and over again great players to replace the great players, and that's not going to always happen. So that's the catch
in the modern day NFL and the way that it works, I just don't think that's possible anymore.
Big shout out, by the way, to Maurice Luafau, 3rd-round pick. The guy is in there stopping the run. As a linebacker, he's, to me, I said this from the beginning, and I saw this in training camp. I saw this in some plays. He went up against Dak, and it made Dak throw the ball away to avoid a sack. Another play, he sacked Dak, if you were, in the training camp kind of definition of sack. Maurice Luafau, number 35, keep an eye on him. I believe, I said this earlier, I think he's going to have more of a starting rotational, production in this game, in this season. Especially by the middle of the year, I think you're going to see him all over the field for certain plays.
Quarter, if you want to.
Yeah, let me fix that.
Update that real quick.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. I didn't even notice until I looked. I'm like, man, we're 5 minutes into the second quarter already.
Hey, it's flying by.
Oh, a little play action there. They run the ball. They get like 4 or 5 yards again.
So
all that good run stopping there in the first quarter we were seeing looks like that's all gone now, unfortunately. So.
And again, big shout outs. I know we haven't done that many live streams this offseason. I know we have, I know the memberships kind of dropped a little bit, and, our streams have dropped a little bit because of busyness and other stuff. But now we're getting back in the system here, back into the routine. Again, these live streams, we're planning. I mean, we might not do every single game now, but we're planning to do every single game live stream reaction like this, have people in the chat, discussions back and forth. Of course, we still have the sponsor of the week, the Cash App King, the leaderboard there, Stream Boss. So keep that in mind. Bad incompletion there, bad pass by the quarterback. So keep that in mind, guys. If you want us to, we will, of course, hit the chat and stuff like this whenever we can on commercials and that kind of thing, and hit up a couple questions. But if you really want us to dig deep into a comment or thought you have, drop the $5, the $10, whatever you want to drop, the $2 in the super chat. You catch our attention, and we read the comments, we go through it, and we kind of break it down. Whatever's going on, we kind of pause, and we continue our conversation about whatever's going on later. We hit up your comment first. So, of course, there's also the Cash App and other ways of dropping the love there. So, hey, just making sure everybody's in the mix. And, of course, if you want to give love to the channel, also give love to people in the chat that don't have memberships. There's a membership drops as well. There's a blitz by Luafau, got in the way, rushed the pass. Almost a touchdown, but why? That would have been a touchdown. Why was it not a touchdown? Because Maurice Luafau, because I think it was him, number 35, was in there, blitzing linebacker kind of on the B gap on the right side. Let's look at this again. It's Harvey. Number 55, which is the
there you go.
He's an UFL player, and Harvey is another guy that's kind of like that. I think he's got a good chance to make this team. He's in the right position at the right time. He's being used right by Zimmer, the way Zimmer wants to use him. And, he fits whatever we're doing. So that's a great play by number 55 to rush that play. I saw 5. I thought it was 35. But it was Harvey. Great job.
Don't worry, don't take it as it's a you problem, because they have done a horrible job of showing the replays with the relevant players. Like Trey Lance, they showed Trey Lance getting almost sacked 3 times. I'm like, who the hell did he throw the ball to? They wouldn't show it.
They didn't even bother showing his target.
It was Cropper, by the way. Not that it matters, but that's my point. It's like they kept re-showing the one part of the play that I'm like, no, please, come on. And Cam from AZ. So I had said it before. I'm not going to repeat Jerry's comments, but long story short, his excuse for not having urgency for CeeDee Lamb and all that, he's like, well, it's not like he'd be playing today anyway.
Missing the whole entire point.
Trust me, we don't have our panties in a twist because he's not playing in this preseason game, Jerry Jones. We want him there for all the other training camp preseason stuff that he needs to be part of. We had said this before, in a general sense, about other players and things like that, but how do you expect one of your leaders on this team to lead if you won't even let him back in the fucking building? I hope, we are late enough in the stream. I can drop an F-bomb or two.
You can curse it up.
But it blows my mind. I am genuinely, truly hoping, because I'm going to believe Brandon Cooks, right? He said it best. He's like, I played years with a man known as Aaron Donald, who didn't do shit in training camp or preseason, and still went out there and was one of the best. I am not doubting CeeDee Lamb's abilities or talent here in any way, shape, or form. He's proven himself. We know what he's got, and it's not like he's sitting there playing video games all day. We've seen several videos of him working out, I think in Houston last or something.
Yeah, in the sand,
Dak
Cabo.
mentioned it. It bothered me, too, that Jerry also implied that, Dak and CeeDee worked out during the offseason together,
Yeah.
so we're fine.
Yeah.
That's because they personally took it upon themselves.
Baby, you gotta remember though, Jerry Jones is always gonna do these games. He was gonna say, he's gonna look at all the bright sides of things and kind of show us that he's not worried, thinking that's gonna make his deal on CeeDee Lamb cheaper. He didn't realize that CeeDee Lamb holds all the cards here, pretty much. I mean, after the whole offseason, the $2 million, whatever, I don't know. The Cowboys are offering him $34 million. It's on CD. But if the Cowboys are offering him $31, it's on the Cowboys. And that's basically what we don't know what it's being offered, but that's what it comes down to. By the way, I told you earlier in the stream that the Cowboys are interested in some running backs, possibly like Dalvin Cook, who's still out there, and Miles Sanders, who may be released by the Panthers. So I was thinking, what about the fact that maybe they found a new running back? Let me explain.
Okay.
New running back, as
like
in
not just like they put a different hat on Zeke.
How about this guy running the ball? I mean, he might be out there running the ball here and there. Micah Parsons.
I mean, wasn't it Al Harris who said? No, it wasn't Al Harris. Maybe it was
Greg
Al
Ellis.
Harris. No, Greg Ellis. There we go. Greg Ellis, isn't he the one who said, like, hey, how many guys do you know that are that big and do what you do, but they're running a 4.3? Like, you are fast, and that speed gives you the ability to do things that other guys in your position can't and aren't. So we absolutely need to take advantage of that and find a way to exploit that. So it's one of the reasons
that was a joke, by the way. I don't want to see Micah Parsons running out. I get no goddamn football because one injury, and how we just lost our best defensive player on some shitty dumbass trick play offense.
So is Zimmer on the sideline? Yes.
He's not like Quinn that stayed up top. He's going to be on the field with the players, hands on. Here we go, guys. Cowboys got the ball back now. It's 6-3 Rams in the second quarter. Under center for Trey Lance. I think that's Snoop Connor as running back. It is a play action. You got to get the blocking for him. He had time. He throws it a little high. He put it in a spot where only the receiver can get it, but
still.
David Durden, he was making an attempt to catch that ball. I mean, good coverage, by the way. I don't think it was a good decision to throw that ball. That guy wasn't open.
I agree, but it looks like there are multiple levels there. On the left side, looks like that kind of broke down, and you could tell that Trey Lance felt that, that shadow behind him because he threw it right at the perfect moment there. But definitely overthrown. Again, that's what pressure does. It makes a quarterback fuck up.
Going to the right a lot. Those dumps it down to number 16, Cropper, who, by the way, Jalen Cropper, number 16, having a great training camp. Not only him.
Seems to be a favorite, by the way, of Trey Lance today. He's got the most targets.
Look for number 13 as well, Tyron Billy Johnson. The guy's having a phenomenal camp. I mean, again, we talked about 83, Jalen Brooks, Jalen Tolbert. Both these guys, they're solidified, to my opinion, as number 3 in Tolbert and number 4 in Brooks. I know we got Turpin. You're not going to see him out there doing anything here except for special teams. But Turpin, he's going to be the 5th. So who's the 6th guy? You got Flournoy out there, number 18. You got Tyron Billy Johnson, number 13, and Jalen Cropper, number 16. Those 3 guys are fighting for one spot. The rest of the guys will be practice squad. That's the way it's going to break down, I think, for a receiver.
So a lot of Jalen's on this team, right? Cam from Izzy also said, Cropper likes those short routes.
Yes, those quick little slants, those quick routes. That's more of a Cropper deal. And I think that Billy Johnson, number 13, is more of a deeper kind of threat. He can also do the quick stuff, too, but he can also go deep. Of course, Tolbert, to me, is doing everything that is asked of him right now as a number 3. And Jalen Brooks, exceeding expectations, the 7th-round pick last year. I mean, he's much better than Deuce Vaughn. He's much better than Eric Scott Jr. Those are 6-rounders. Oh, no blocking there. Nothing can be done there.
Completely stopped right away.
Malik Davis just shut down, but nothing his fault. It was just no blocking on the offensive line there. We let a huge hole. Number 90 went right through there.
I know.
There he goes, making the play. So, I mean, let me see who missed this, man. 76, Austin Richards pulled and left that hole open. I don't know if it was a tackle's job, number 65.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Basically, it's hard to tell based on what we just saw there who's the person that fucked up specifically.
It was hard to tell, but it was definitely either Richards or the tackle, who's number 64. I think Bostic, if I'm not mistaken. Earl Bostic, 64. Now run the ball.
He should have run it there, I think, but...
Okay, is that a catch, though? He was bobbling a little bit. Durden with the catch. Was it a catch? They called it a catch.
It looks like they are calling it a catch.
Now, I mean, again, to me, Trey Lance is best. This is going to be crazy because it reminds me a little bit of Dak. When he was on the run, he would always be able to extend the play. And you saw it last year when he was doing one of the best out of the pocket. I've been saying that for 7 years on this channel, since the beginning of the channel. Use Dak in a rolling pocket. Move him out. When Trey Lance gets out of the pocket, he becomes a real danger with his speed and athleticism to run. But also, he needs to be able to throw the ball better. That was a decent throw.
Do you remember how I asked earlier if any of us thought we'd see Dak in any preseason game?
Zero.
Everyone basically said no.
No.
Also, mainly because of his ankle as well.
They want to manage that.
I'm assuming
every game. Listen, guys, if this is a real game, regular season, Dak is playing. His ankle wouldn't keep him out. I just want you all to know that.
No one's.
I know, but even the practice, like the practice, he was held out. Everyone got freaked out. If that was a regular season game coming up, he'd probably practice and he'd definitely play anyway. So I think it's just a
we
maintenance
are babying
thing.
him a little bit because it's a preseason, but again, Dak is not the player who needs those extra reps or snaps.
So I'm gonna say one thing. We saw Trey Lance connecting with Snoop Connor in the scrimmage against the Rams 2 times, touchdown passes.
It's looking like a run.
Or a touchdown pass and
action.
a run. Here's Trey Lance rolling to the left. Pat dumps it. Great job there, number 81. And that is the man back from injury there. Isn't that John Stevens Jr.?
I think so.
Or 81. So, let me double check that. Because I think this guy was good.
Great job with the timing there, too. That little, hesitation there.
Yeah, John
Stevens there, got an extra few yards.
John Stevens Jr., guys, last year, we saw him got hurt, unfortunately, in the second preseason game against Seattle Seahawks, along with Overshone. But Stevens is an undrafted tight end, and man, he was passing up Hendershot to be at least the number 3, maybe the number 2. He got hurt, and I think he's going to be that number 2-3 guy. Quick pass from Trey Lance, a little behind. Great catch by number 16.
Again,
Jalen Cropper. Player of the game so far in offense.
That's like the 3rd or 4th pass there, too.
Yep.
I think it was Jalen, was it?
Brooks?
83. Yeah, it was 83, similar thing where it was during Cooper Rush, though. Cooper but still, the point is that look at how great of a job our receivers are doing for adjusting for some of those bad passes.
Is that Cooper Beebe, 56? He's snapping the ball. Keep an eye on Cooper. This is what we watch it for.
Okay.
Cooper Beebe snapping the ball. Good snap.
Beautiful snap.
Quick pass. Got to make the catch. Is that
Who
18? That Flournoy.
Yeah.
Flournoy, the rookie, number 18, who was injured most of camp. Bobbled that. He shouldn't. I don't care how injured you are.
Great pass there by Trey Lance.
Unless his fingers were hurting. I don't think that, and it wasn't. It was his leg, as a hamstring. He should not even bobble that. That's Flournoy. Got to do a better job there, especially with the receivers doing so well so far. The other guys, he's one of those guys hanging around. He's got to fight a way
Flournoy
in.
Because
that hit his hands.
He wasn't even touched by another player at the time.
It might have been a little behind him, but it's like we say with Dak. It hits your hands, goddammit. Make the catch.
Again, negligible there.
Exactly.
And from Trey Lance, that's a fucking beautiful pass. So
it's a nice bullet. Now here's a nice throw here, and he overthrows it. I mean, he looks like he's going to connect. Like he has such a fluid throw, a nice snap, and the ball's 5 yards in front of him. I don't understand this. I don't understand it. Is it like a Dak disease? Or is it some kind of quarterbacking disease?
I said it earlier, but and you can kind of tell there his footwork leaves speaking of footwork.
I'm telling you right now, Austin Richards, number 76, has been fuck shit in this game, and he's the guy you got to watch for. He might lose his fucking job. He was a 4th-round pick last year, or 5th rounder. This guy's got to be better because he's blown millions of blocks already, and it's only been a quarter and a half.
3rd and 10 for the Cowboys.
And he can cause an injury. Cause an injury here. Too much. You got to dump it down, Snoop Connor or to Malik Davis. Incomplete. Just horrible.
And it's funny because Malik Davis made a great catch earlier.
Malik Davis, it wouldn't make a difference. That was a dump down to kick the field goal kind of play. So going back to a 6-6 possibly.
Hey, at least we get to see Brandon Aubrey again.
I guess. He continues his streak.
Look, as we know, we're here to see individual players do their thing.
And no injuries.
Collectively, the offense and the defense and the special teams and stuff. I have to admit, I thought I would like the kickoff rules a little bit more.
Well, we haven't seen a return yet because both teams have kicked the ball out of bounds. So
I know,
we're going to get another one here if the Cowboys make this.
I think I just have to get used to it. It looks a little weird.
It does. Because it's kicked and there's no movement. I'm like, what happened? It's
paused? So I think it's more of a we have to catch up a little bit there with it.
Here we go. Brandon Aubrey, number 17. Here, knocked this through. Knocked it through. Boom.
Hey.
6-6. Again,
the
one thing I don't want, I'm going to be honest, I'd rather lose the game than go into overtime.
Oh.
To be honest. Because that means more injuries.
Yeah,
but you also get more video on your players, which is good, I guess, for the team-wise, but do you really need that much more?
It's not worth it because there's probably a good chance that a guy you're getting tape on is going to be out for the rest of the year because you kept on with your shenanigans.
Or out for a while, delays his progression.
So Wiseman27 said that Lance has got to throw it in stride. Again.
Yeah, he's kind of stepping in there and not really I don't know, he's stepping into it, but it looks weird a little bit. He's more snapping it with his arm rather than using his body to mechanics.
Like I said, think of Dak Prescott in his early days and basically think of Trey Lance in a similar fashion, right? Dak had all the physicality and movement of any other young guy. He obviously had the ability and the power in his arm and his quarterbacking. Does an okay job of reading things, but you know what the bigger problem is? The accuracy and the footwork. again, Trey Lance, like, I'm not some footwork expert. Even I admit I don't know exactly what it is about his footwork that he needs to fix, but I know enough to tell that it is obviously affecting him, his accuracy, his play, and yes, the other things are more Trey Lance specific, right? Like the speed of actually reading the defense and reading the plays and making those moves, but it's one of the reasons we brought Trey Lance. He's like a slightly worse Dak Prescott back in the day. They have a lot of similarities. The thing is that we've seen Dak improve his footwork. Trey Lance has not improved his footwork at that same level.
Can I say one thing about that whole thing? Just one quick thing. Dak was picked at the end of the 4th round as a comp pick, which is basically an early 5th rounder. Trey Lance was the 3rd overall pick of the draft, 2nd overall pick of the draft. I'm just saying, like, and he's still not even where Dak was after year 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Like, Dak's way in front of him.
And remember, this was also...
even with Dak's issues in his first couple of years.
We can agree to disagree as far as where you think Dak is, but you cannot deny the fact that Dak was thrown in there, not expecting to play, as the 3rd-string quarterback, and all of a sudden he's the starter. So he didn't get that same luxury that most quarterbacks get, where they get a little bit of time behind the scenes to keep learning. He literally learned it for 2 weeks, and now you're the starter.
Now I'm going to say anyway. I see skeptical fans. He's a member. He's not just a subscriber here, but like you guys are. He's also a member. So I'm going to hit up his comments. He said Malik Davis is trash. I disagree. Skeptical. I'm staying skeptical, but I like Malik Davis. I think that play there, even though it was a drop, I think it was not a great pass. I think it was not a great play. I think the guy was going to tackle him for a 1-yard gain. So it's not the worst deal. He should catch it, but not the worst deal in the world. He said Austin Richards is, what position is he playing? He's playing guard right now. He could play guard.
Left guard, right?
Left guard. He could play guard or he could play tackle. I just think right now he ain't playing well. Right? He's going to get someone hurt. And then Skeptical said Dak, DWI, got him knocked down in the draft. Correct. Yes. The drunken while intoxicated, driving under the influence.
I think even before that, he was predicted to go in like the 3rd round. Yeah. Someone... correct me
if I'm wrong,
second,
but he dropped a round or two.
I could have sworn it was at like 3rd round. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to look it up just for fun.
But a round or two drop there for him, obviously, even if it's 1 round, that's major for somebody to lose a lot. And he dropped, I'm talking about end of the 4th round. Compensatory pick, which means it was after the 32, and then there was a bunch of other guys, and then Dak. You know what I'm saying? It was like that was all 4th round counted. 3rd round, of course, has a compensatory pick. So when you go actually look at the numbers, that's a mid or 5th round pick without the comp pick. So Cowboys, we used the end of our 4th, which is really a 5th round regular pick, number wise. And he was similar to Trey Lance, you can say in some ways. Trey Lance is a top pick of the draft, the top like 2nd, 3rd. Was he the 2nd or 3rd guy picked in the draft? Someone help me out in the chat. But 2nd or 3rd guy picked in the draft, and he's still behind like where Dak was in his rookie year. Basically, it's like, come on. So I do think though that Trey Lance is a little more athletic than Dak was. Dak is athletic, but not the way that like he's more power athletic. I think that Trey Lance is more smooth, fluid, speed athletic. Has that athletic ability to, be hard to tackle. Like Dak is hard to tackle because he's bigger, but Trey Lance is hard to tackle because he's slippery. He was expected to be drafted
in the 3rd round.
Okay.
Obviously ended up going at the end of the 4th,
right.
And for a lot of the same reasons that we already knew, right? Dak had, great physicality, really good size and stuff, but was inconsistent on some of his passes, inconsistent with his footwork. Still, he was seen as a developing quarterback at the time, like a work in progress type of guy.
And he was, but we had to rush him, and he was able to handle it.
Absolutely, no one expected him
to be able to
handle what he did.
The other thing, of course, he got in a fight. And that's been well documented. And he got DWI, so those things are run.
And the lunatic, much love. He said Trey Lance is a 3rd overall pick.
Thank you, Skip. I'm Skip. The lunatic in the house.
The
much
man,
love.
the lunatic.
I mean, right now it's 3 people holding up the star level. Right now it's LC, who's the big champion right now, and of course the other 2 names right there back to back in it. There's Skeptical Fan, the lunatic. We bow down to you guys. Yeah, we're gonna do definitely catch the comments of those.
Sucks. Tokyo with a quick injury update. Unfortunately, it looks like Chuma Dogo was ruled out with a foot injury. So
see, we don't want to see injuries.
Let me double check that.
All right, check
obviously it. That's a
but
big
I do want to
deal.
say that
thank you for the update.
Even though he was the slated starter, we remember Tyler Guyton. We want Tyler Guyton to be able to start at number 60 at that left tackle spot. Play action here around from Tyrus Sweat, and then you go down to almost a pick by 2 or 3 guys.
Marquise Bell
around the ball at all times.
Why is he's going to be
nose for the ball.
I'm going to say this very early prediction. Behind our corners and stuff like that, Marquise Bell is probably going to be one of those guys with the most interceptions on this team. Just you watch.
You got to remember one thing. I'm gonna preface this by reminding you he's going to get more snaps maybe off of his ability here, but the starters are kind of set. Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker, they are dominatingly the starters. Now you're going to have the next guy behind him, Marquise Bell. So when they go, rarely we go three safeties because Dan Quinn did, but under Zimmer he only uses 2 safeties. But when you see any kind of changes, someone takes a rest, there's a lot of confidence in putting in there. Marquise Bell, what a hit there! And by the way, I forgot about the other safety, Wanye Thomas, who unfortunately I was caught against. But number 30, Wanye Thomas, the other backup safety. So you got Marquise Bell and Wanye Thomas, 2 guys that could probably start for some teams, are backup safeties.
If you want a slight positive as well, our left tackle started looking worse once Tyler Guyton wasn't out there playing. Just throwing it out there. At least that shows that he is the better choice. And
well, is Guyton there now?
He's not. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, obviously he's not now.
Guyton was sick the last couple of days of practice.
But he still took some snaps today.
He did?
And that was when our O-line looked the best.
Okay. I want to see him back.
Just keep that in mind. Those little nuggets we keep tucked away.
I'm watching Fehoko playing on the right defensive edge right there. Remember, he couldn't keep the contain in that first drive. I'm going to watch him. Fehoko, what is he, number 93? Number 93, junior Fehoko, Valami Fehoko, but he's got to play fucking better than Fehoko has played in recent games. Last year he didn't even appear. We barely saw him last year. So
yeah, unfortunately, Chuma Doga does look like he was taken to the locker room being evaluated for left foot ankle injury. Not sure. No one's really sure if he was able to reach, most players usually have hey, we want to see you play at least 20, 30 snaps. We don't know if he got
his snaps and then was
all the way to the end of his quote unquote day before that happened.
Well, let's just talk about this then as if he's out for a while, or what happens if he in the future is out for a while. What do the Cowboys do? Because right now the backup's supposed to be like an Awesome Richards, and he's playing like shit at guard. So to me, the Cowboys, I don't know what they did here as far as moving guys.
We put in Eric Bolston, by the way.
Who?
To replace
Eric
him.
Bostic.
Bostic,
yeah,
sorry.
number 64, who is crap and has been just destroyed in fucking. He's been destroyed most of the times on one-on-ones and practice and that kind of stuff. So Earl Bostic, he's not going to make this team, in my opinion. So I would rather see Let's Go, number 79, out there. I'd rather see him out there. I think Let's Go is going to be the better player than all these other guys. Better than Awesome Richards. Better than who was the other guy we just said that came in there? Earl Bostic.
Yeah.
Better than any Nathan Thomas. Better than this Josh Ball is still on the team, number 75. So
which is wild.
He's playing guard right now. So he's kind of like the Alarcon, I think, this year. He's going to be out of there as well. Well, Let's Go, number 79. I want to see how he does. Because to me, he's one of those guys where I think he's got some hidden good talent in there, but he's got to stay fucking healthy. Is he not playing because he's banged up or something? I didn't hear anything about that. So we should see. I want to see number 79 playing that tackle position because he's slated right now as the backup to the right tackle, Terrence Steele. So let's keep an eye on that right side. And if that's what Let's Go, number 79, I want to keep an eye on that. Right now it's Bostic, and he's fucking it up. The reason they put Bostic in there is probably to see if he's even worth keeping any longer.
By the way, apparently Tyler Guyton only got 4 snaps.
Yeah, okay.
So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, he just got a little...
He did really well in those 4 snaps, but Cowboys pretty much pulled him.
I missed that
immediately. I wonder if I'm guessing it was when Cooper Rush was out there.
I don't know.
Or something.
Might have been that first. I missed that drive with Trey Lance. They got to the goal line and we couldn't score. So maybe that was the drive.
Pretty sure that was more than 4 snaps.
Oh, I'm sure. No, but I'm saying in that drive, he might have played the first 4, the last 4. I don't know. I don't know which snaps. I missed that part. I'm sorry, guys. Family.
But yeah, I think Marquise Bell, I think, is going to be the most.
So right now, on both sides, we got almost 2 minutes in the fourth. Marquise Bell on defense, right? I think he is the player has shined the most so far on defense.
Oh yeah.
On offense is Jalen Cropper. Saying, any thoughts on those?
I was gonna say I thought that Marquise Bell just overall for the team, he's gonna be one of those guys that you can clearly see him continuing to level up. Yes. I am excited. Last year having to play linebacker, it did him so like you said, Skeptical. He ate his Wheaties. It did his body good because he has. I'm blown away by him. My expectations were very neutral on him to low when we tried to make that move because it felt like a typical Cowboys. We're just trying to
sweep
plug
outside
that hole with any random person. So shout out to Dan Quinn for helping to make that happen. Probably his biggest success of the season, I would say, as far as defensively, coaching-wise, right?
Yeah.
But shout out as well to Marquise Bell and to Zimmer, who, you know, apparently has found a way. Yeah, like he found the magic sauce to make Marquise Bell look like a freaking starter.
Right.
Whether he's playing with starters or fourth stringers, you know, like his talent shines through.
You know, it sucks. Who's going to be the odd man out in the safety position? It's going to be Mukuamu. He got hurt. He's going to be back. He's going to be the odd man out in that group there.
I feel like that kind of ends up... That's been Mukuamu's story, though, almost every year.
He's got a tackle. There you go.
Don't you think? Like, at first, it's like, okay, he's just like the last man. You know, then it's like, oh...
Well, he got in there, played well at corner and safety for a little bit 2 years ago. And then we didn't really see much of him last year. Banged up. Now he's banged up again.
The lunatic throwing out there, minor pitch count forgotten. Probably a sound decision after his chest cold this week.
Correct.
So
he was not at practice this week.
I'm just saying, like, that is a great point and probably has a bigger impact on why he didn't play as many snaps.
A minute 20, time is still going. They're on a 35, and it's 3rd and 4. We're showing the double A gap there, mug, and we stopped the run. Guys, again, if you're watching this now, rewind it or whatever you can. Take a look at the way we played our linebackers here. This is what I said. This is a Zimmer play. And it was a 3rd down. Usually 3rd and passing down is when we do this. Buddy Johnson.
Yeah, Buddy Johnson, by the way, was the one who made the initial.
But it's more to me. The play is one thing. They're playing third stringers. It's the scheme look. I wish we could see that again. I don't want to go back and see it. But, man, that is what I'm talking about. You have both linebackers playing over the center. No Mozzie there. Mm-hmm. And you got 2 guys on the side of them, 2 tackles, and then... You know, so it's like a 6-man defensive front. But the inside is covered by 2 linebackers. Now, I don't know who those are going to be in the regular season. Damone Clark, Eric Kendrick. Sometimes Micah Parsons will be in there for one of them. That's called a double A mug gap. You know, that's what we're trying to do is basically make it so you cannot even think about. But you know that sometimes both guys go in. Sometimes they both drop. Sometimes one goes and the other one drops. Sometimes the other way around. 4th down. Look at it. Look at our linebackers. 57, 55, both in the middle. This is what I'm telling you. This is a Zimmer play. Sometimes you bring up a safety. And you see
it's almost like a 7-man
Marquise Bell,
line.
right? Yeah, Marquise Bell,
yeah,
right?
But like I said, it's almost like a 7 or 8-man line.
It
Again,
is.
you see Marquise Bell drops back. Great read, though.
No, okay, so Eric Scott Jr. is just a hair late, and they got a 1st down. But you see how the play I don't even care about what happened. Do you see the way that defense? That's a Zimmer specific play. Like, watch the linebackers. One goes in this time, right? The other one drops back.
This is what we mean when we said that Zimmer is disguising the defense. This is the type of stuff that Dak is going to naturally improve on.
I mean, they are picking right now. They are picking apart and picking on Eric Scott Jr., number 37, who might.
He's getting the short end of the stick,
and he's going to look bad. He's going to pushing him down the line on the safety depth chart there. 14 though. Again, you got usually on those a timeout for the Rams, 39 seconds. But so on 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 8s, you're going to definitely see something like this. You're going to see this on 3rd and 4s and 3rd and 2s, where you're going to see the Cowboys playing the 4 down linemen, the 2 linebackers in the middle, and then a safety. Usually Donovan Wilson will probably be that guy, not Malik Hooker. Donovan Wilson will be on one side or the other as an edge help kind of blitzer, rusher, wherever the tight end is, he'll probably be on the heavy side. So that is, and you don't know what's going to happen. One time they're all going to come in. Well, sometimes it's going to be this guy or that guy. Sometimes you even get a defensive lineman like DeMarcus Lawrence might jump back into coverage because everything is going to be quick. It's got to be press coverage by the corners and safety. Everyone's got to press. So when you press, because you know what you're bringing on defense. You're making the offense really wonder what the hell they're going to do because if they blitz, I got to throw quickly. But if they're impressed, I got to be careful. If they don't, if everyone drops back, then I got to change my mindset into what was the play again? Like where are going to be these soft zone areas where I can hit them? It's a lot to think about in the middle of a play because before it starts, you just don't know what's going to happen if you're the offense. This is Mike Zimmer's defensive scheme. And this has been using it for years. And so, you can see the Cowboys are learning it on defense, whether it's the first, second, or third stringers or fourth, whatever stringers we're on now. They are picking it up. They're getting it's not perfect, but they're starting to get it, and it's good. Eric Kendricks. That's why I was calling for him way. You heard me, one of the first people say, get Kendricks.
Yeah, it's less of a schematic issue as much as it is a player execution issue, which
is
what happens when you have third, fourth stringers.
But they're learning the scheme, and it's because of Zimmer and because, of course, in my opinion, Eric Kendricks helping, almost like a coach player, in my mind.
Now, real quick, GM said, love to see the haters in the preseason. Only the Cowboys, right?
Love the hate.
If Gilmore leaves, are we going to be sad?
Who?
If Gilmore leaves, are we going to be
Gilmore's
sad?
gone
already.
I
was
was
say, I'm like,
Gilmore's not on the team.
Is he interviewing with like the Vikings or something?
Well, yeah, he's not working out with the Vikings or anybody yet. He did something with the Patriots supposedly, but guys, and the Panthers, he's still out there. He's either going to have to lower his number or wait till someone gets hurt and someone pays him the $5 or $6 million. He's probably down to $5 or $6 million. It was at $8 or $9 million for him.
McLovin said, "What kind of foosball game is this?"
McLovin in the house. Appreciate you, brother.
But the Lunatic said, Zimmer may fuck around and save Big Mike's job this year.
It will not happen.
Disagree only because of one thing. Who's running the offense? Our team can get all the way to the moon. But if our offense is the thing that is holding us back or fucking it up,
McCarthy
deserves all the blame.
McCarthy calls the plays. He knows his weaknesses and strengths. If you hate Dak, you know you're still going to try to do the best with Dak, right? And you're going to know his weaknesses and strengths. If he plays into his weaknesses, that's the coach's fault, not the quarterback's fault. So, by the way, I want to say something real quick. McLovin, the man, he's been repping it here. I know you guys don't see him all the time here on this channel, but he's been repping it After Dark for like months and months and months. He's been repping it here a bunch of times as well. Big shout out to McLovin. I want to give him an extra special shout out here. And I also I wanted to catch him yesterday. I was on a couple of channels late at night, but I wanted to let you know, McLovin, that I still owe you 3 songs, brother. Still owe you 3 songs from the After Dark sessions.
Don't worry, he's good for it.
Did the shots. I owe you the songs because the ladies that you had chosen to pick those songs were not there. So yeah, we were, and I had everybody checking. I had Stormy on the case, and they never showed up. So I saved them. I know it. I wrote it down. We got you. It'll be tonight, late tonight, the late After Dark stuff. Hopefully, I'll see you there, McLovin, and everybody else, as we kind of do a little party there. This is business. This is cowboy business.
Yes. And speaking of, so remember how we said earlier with that horrible decision on that 4th and 1 where Trey Lance threw fade route instead of literally anything else. This is what I mean by scheme versus play.
Interception!
Oh, hell yeah. Who was that?
Number 37.
Eric Scott? No.
Yes.
Wait, yeah.
Eric Scott. Eric Scott G, number 37.
Shit, they kept picking on him, and he said, "Ba-bow!"
This time, and again, probably more of a bad pass, but he was also in the right place, right time. Cowboys have stopped 3 points going on the board. Who cares about that? It's preseason. But to me, it was more.
Way to go, defense.
I know you were talking. I didn't want to interrupt.
I know, sorry. No. Interrupt me for this all the time.
Great points you're making. But man, that was great job by the Cowboy defense of the stunt, which inside they switched up. The outside gave a little pressure. I will say the Rams picked it up well. They blocked very well there. But it was more of a quarterback error, I think. Let's watch the replay here. Watch the way the Cowboys stunt in here. Boom. They go inside. The outside guy, he got picked up. But he felt the pressure. He rushed the throw into triple coverage. That's a quarterback error. Eric Scott in the right place, right time, vindicating his bad play this game.
But hey, we still on our side, right? Ooh. We still needed to make that.
Yes.
And we did.
Trey Lance back. We're going 2-minute warning here. This is a trial round. This is a practice here. Trey Lance rolls out to the right, throws down the field, and throws it to the Rams coach on the sideline.
Long story short, to sum up what I was saying before, hey, interrupt me with interceptions all the time,
that's what
Cowboys.
We do here, baby.
But what I was trying to say is, to sum it up, McCarthy won't be able to hide his scheme issues behind bad player execution. We are going to have moments, obviously. Receivers will drop passes. Dak's going to throw a shitty pass. Dak's going to get picked. We're going to have drops.
Missed blocks, missed assignments.
Exactly. That's all going to happen.
A fumble here and there.
But when the problems consistently come from bad schematic choices.
That's something you just can't fix with players. That Trey Lance listen, here's the thing.
That was way too high.
Trey Lance, this is the thing. Trey Lance is way behind, and that's what is going to be the problem
How tall do you think Davis is?
It's not even that.
To a 6'8" gentleman.
I mean, people are going to say he's got the Dak disease because that's what Dak seems to overthrow this guy. But the thing is,
I said it. He reminds me a lot at a core level of Dak, just not as sharp or polished.
Yeah. 12 seconds left. I like that the Cowboys are trying it. It's 3rd and 10. If they don't get this, we got to punt. This is not about the score. It's about practice. So Trey Lance he usually looks at one. He looks.
Great job getting out of that.
This is he's not going to try to run it. He's not going to get it.
No, but he didn't want to leave time on the clock.
I know. He got. Listen, here's the thing. Trey Lance is very sneaky, but that's all. He's like a running back that's sneaky about not getting sacked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying he can't throw the ball. I mean, he's just he had one fucking. People complain about Dak. The Cowboys probably going for this. He had one fucking. He does one read. He looks at one spot. You see him. He looks at one spot, and then he throws to the outlet. He doesn't go through like boom, 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 and then outlet. Dak does it. Cooper Rush, he does it. Trey Lance don't fucking do it. He's a first grader. I don't know what to say. Rams taking a
Rams used
timeout.
their last timeout, I think.
Cowboys might as well just Hail Mary it, or just try to run a play where you get like a 15-yard gain and make sure the clock runs out. That's all you want to do.
Realistically
I'm glad they're not punting, honestly. That's where injuries happen on special teams like that.
I just want to see them, honestly. It's not complicated. Just go back, bomb it to somebody who can maybe be open, and that's it. Like, no, don't. Because you know what else they're going to do? They're going to do the same shit that we do in a regular-ass game. We're going to just hand off the ball for a little 2-yard run or something. Like, what I'm saying is if this is supposed to emulate an actual game-time scenario where you have 4 seconds left and it's a 4th and 6 and you're trying to make something happen, at least attempt a play that might make something happen. Don't just,
I got it.
Have Zeke snap the ball.
Exactly.
You get my point?
That's a Kellen Moore thing, and he's in Philly. Cowboys are going to, here's the last play before the half. By the way, I'm going to play and go through the last 2 days of practice and training camp for you guys, with you guys here, for halftime, so don't fucking move. Trey Lance going back to pass, looking down the field, no time, nothing there. He resets himself to the right, looks left, throws across his body. There's a catch for the stats to Malik Davis, and the first down with no time left.
But that was still better than just some shitty-ass little handoff to nobody going nowhere just to end the half. Agreed. Just saying, like, if you're going to do all that, just take the knee and let the time run off the clock.
Take the knee.
So,
and hit me up a couple quick comments here as I get it ready here.
Cheese Louise 23. Hopefully I say this name right. He said, I want us to get Shadur next year for Colorado.
Sanders.
Tired of Dak
That's
again.
Deion Sanders' son.
The Cowboys do not seem eager to sign or extend Dak, so who the fuck knows, right? The lunatic, by the way. Oh, sorry. Let me roll back because Wiseman27 said that Trey Lance throws choppy, snappy, not fluid. It must be the lack of confidence. Again, I want to blame it less on the confidence side of things, and this to me feels like a core fundamental issue. You know what I mean? Like he struggles setting his body correctly. He struggles with some of those reads. Yeah. He struggles again, footwork. Man, that man needs to continue to work on his footwork. Anyway, the lunatic thrown out there. 17 college starts and 2 NFL starts.
Yeah.
Equals
nothing.
A 4th rounder, just like our 4th round quarterback draft pick, Mike White.
Basically, that's what it comes down to. And the thing is that the Niners made a bad pickup on him.
Again, Cooper Rush is beating him.
Yeah,
like
that's all you need to say.
Lets you know everything you need to know. Skeptical fan said it. Trey Lance needs a lot of help. Again, we took a chance on him. At least we didn't, sell the farm to bring him in the building.
Larry J said Trey Lance has Josh Ball next to him. I'd be nervous too. True, but still, when he has the few blocks he's had from him, Trey Lance still kind of makes mistakes. Listen, I just saw that. I saw that play that you talked about on the goal line. The play call is bad, but it was a bad pass.
I agree. Yeah, there was
he had Jalen.
He way overthrew it, and it was Crowder.
Who was it? Jalen Crowder.
Cropper.
Yeah, he had Jalen Cropper. Here's one play he overthrows, but then Jalen Cropper on the sideline for the touchdown. It was a touchdown if Trey Lance throws it properly. Easy touchdown. His scrambling ability is where he's fantastic. His athletic ability is fantastic. But to me, when he gets it to that, he got to the goal line, he was trying to bounce that to the outside to the right. He just off target and caused the receiver to go out of bounds. I don't blame that on Cropper. I blame that on Trey Lance.
Jalen roll call on the team. Like, my name is Jalen. I do all this. And then just go down the line for all 17 of the Jalens on this team.
We're switching it to Sunday Night Live tonight. So we had Eric Scott Jr. and Marquise Bell with picks. Of course, remember that as well. So let me quickly...
Go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead and start showing some of the things that happened in practice the last day or two. I'm going to take the world's fastest little bathroom break real quick.
All right.
It's halftime. That's what it's for, right? You hit the bathroom, you grab your snacks, refill your beverage.
If you're watching us here, take your phone or your tablet with you. If you're going to go to the bathroom, and you can hear and see what I'm about to show you, which is going to be right now. There you go. So as you can see here, my MCF, though, Go Cowboys there. But this was the practice from 2 days ago. This was the scrimmage. Let's get this right. Against the Rams. The Cowboys are wearing their icy whites, right? Usually the defense wears the blue tops. But either way, the Cowboys went out there. Micah walking out there. You see Dak and the 2 quarterbacks, Cooper Rush, Trey Lance, warming up. And the rest of the Cowboy team here stretching before this. Again, this is a scrimmage against this same team we're watching today against the Los Angeles Rams. There's the crowd, pretty filled up for this one. Although it's been very down attendance-wise for our Cowboys. Jerry Jones said, that's cool. Yeah, sure it is. And here are the opponents, the Rams, in their practice uniforms. Again, wearing these Guardian caps, these marshmallow hats, but they become a lot better, looking, fitting, and now you can actually put a kind of a do-rag cover over them, and it has the logo and it looks like the real helmet. If you're wearing if you're the Cowboys, you got to get a silver one of those. Either way, here we go. We got Mozzie Smith just pre-working out, and you got the offensive lineman here doing some of these drills, running. I'm sorry, these are defensive linemen. This is Jeff Zaganina with the football. They're the big man there. The big guy. He's formerly of the Commanders. He's an asshole, and we need that on this team. I like this guy. He told freaking Mozzie, if you want to fucking play soft, Disneyland's an hour and 15 minutes away. An hour if you go on the Sun Pass, whatever the fuck they got. I like this guy, teaching some grit, some anger, some toughness to this defensive line that has been lackluster when it comes to stopping the run. So I like it. Work them hard, illegally, as hard as you can work them. And look, I love the quick footwork on these big 300. Some of these guys are 300 pounds. So this is Jeff Zaganina ain't fucking around, and we need that attitude. We need these guys doing this shit. So there's Mike at the end, even participating with a football in his hand. I love it. These are usually running back drills. These are one-on-one with the defense. There's our rookie, second-round pick, Marshawn Nealon. There's Chauncey Golston, number 99, having a pretty good camp. You won't see him. There's Mozzie getting through kind of there. If he does that, that's going to be nice. Also here, you get a little more Mozzie. Great swim move. Boom, you're in there. Now you got two on, basically a swim or stunt move here. I'm sorry, stunt move. You see with the Cowboys getting through there with Osa and Mozzie. So here, offensively, Tyler Smith, 73. Of course, he's a starter not playing this game. You ain't going to beat him very often. The new Zach Martin there. Now you're going to see number 56, Cooper Beebe. You saw him here as center in this game. Here he's playing guard, which is actually his natural position. That's guy number 1. Here's guy number 2. Hands to the face. It don't matter. He still got his block in there. Not letting him get to that coach in blue. That's the job here. And Beebe just stalwarts everyone, baby. Another angle of him working on these one-on-one drills against the Rams. Just great job. Great job from Cooper Beebe. Now let's see if we get a snap down. We got ourselves a starting center, baby. You know what we're doing here. Here's the kickoff, which, again, a practice on the actual return. And then David Durden here, 8th-string receiver, bang, got the sideline, got the touchdown. If you want to count it as that. That's what I want to see on returns. Now let's go to we got special teams. Let's go defense. And here you're going to see some attempts at run stop. How the Cowboys playing this. Shifting linebackers. We've got 3 in the game. Runs up the middle. And there's a great interior stop by the defensive line when we kind of stuck them in. And here's a great job there by multiple guys. But you see Overshone involved, helping out there. Damone Clark. Another stop in there. Is that Mozzie in the mix? So they go in motion. They got Stafford in this here as a run. Nowhere to go again on this play. So the Cowboys playing really nice on this practice scrimmage. Here's a run. Look at this pop right there by Mr. Kendricks. Yes, Eric Kendricks with a nice hit. That's what I'm talking about. Number 50 there, the best free agent we signed, which is not saying much other than he knows this scheme very well. Now here's some pressure situations. Unfortunately, Deron Bland does get beat here. Number 26, one of our best corners. Ooh, excuse me. But then the rest is all about sacks. And here's a boom. A sack occurs right there. Got to blow the whistle because the defensive line, the pressure got to him. This is the Zimmer defensive kind of specialties. Getting that pressure, getting them sacks, bad throws, good press coverage.
What are some of the things you're seeing from this practice that you think maybe carried over a little bit into today's game from some of these guys? I
mean, the Zimmer scheme, I love it. Look, here you got Micah with the pressure, boom, hitting him. Cowboys just play really good. And look, this is goal line play here. I want to see number 41 do some stuff. But we saw him do it against Matthew Stafford on this play right here with a beautiful pick and go for the 6, reversing it. Another angle for you on this play. I think this is great by number 41, Kalen Carson. And again, I think he's a guy that's going to be showing up a lot more than we may have first thought. Now, this is a crazy play. This is a play. Matthew Stafford here gets the ball. Nowhere to go on the goal line. Rolls to his left. Throws it, tips in the air, almost picked twice. He catches the ball again, and then runs it in for the touchdown. That's the lucky Rams right there for you, right? So there you go. That was that one side of things. Now we got our offense, and there's Zeke running the ball. Looking a little, that's a huge hole there, and a great job by him there running the ball. Dak in the shotgun. This is more running by Rico Dowdle. Oh, no, that's Zeke again. Cutting it up, having a little vision there. Now, Zeke's lost a step. Zeke is not as fast or as strong as he was. He had been tackled a little bit a while ago there, but Zeke's kind of, he's got that short yardage still in him. That spurt right there, boom. But you got to hold on to that ball, or else that happens. Fumble. Fumbles cannot happen for Zeke.
Yeah.
He's not a fumbler, especially now in this situation. He's not going to get the ball a lot. He's got to definitely not fumble. Here's some Rico Dowdle, though. And he's got that little oomph you need, a little younger legs there than Zeke. So Rico's going to have that 1-2 punch with Zeke, even though Zeke is technically the starter, mainly because he's getting paid the most. So he's the starter because of that. That means he's going to play the most.
Yeah.
Now here's Trey Lance with a run play to Snoop Connor. Snoop Doggy Dog. Number 36, Snoop Connor. He's going to be used in this game a lot more here with Trey Lance. Keep an eye on that. Here is Fergie. Jake Ferguson with the catch from Dak.
Fergalicious.
Yep, Dak's looking again here at Ferguson. You're gonna see a lot of these quick planned passes to the tight end.
You saw similar attempts with Trey Lance and Schoonmaker that just never resulted in anything. But again, same thing. Just replace it with Dak.
It's a dump down at John Stevens Jr., who is going to have an impact on this team on a week-by-week basis for sure. Dak probably got sacked on the goal line, still gets it out, boom, and it is caught by Stevens. Again, a target that's going to be used as a receiver, and he can block too. Here's a tight pass right there, bang. I think another John Stevens touchdown from Dak Prescott, if I'm not mistaken, or was that Cooper Rush? Either way, or that was Trey Lance, I'm sorry. I think it's Malik Davis. Either way, continuing to see some Dak going to the receivers now. And this one here, of course, to our number 2 receiver, right now number 1, Brandon Cooks. That speed, he's cooking. Dak looking again to Cooks. Let's see what he does here. Bang. Across the middle, a little deeper. Cooks with open. Dak finds him. I mean, you can see the difference between passing between Trey Lance and Dak Prescott. Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott. Dak rolling out. Boom. Gets out. Rolls to his left. Throws to the right deep. Brandon Cooks in stride. Catches him in double coverage. So Dak and Cooks is still connecting. Now, this is the same practice. This is the team we're playing. Boom. Touchdown to Brandon Cooks in the end zone. Almost kind of double covered. One coverage man, the other one underneath in the zone. Brandon Cooks with the TD. Love it. Keep watching here. You got motion from Turpin. And then you got Dak hitting. Right now, number 3 guy is playing his number 2 spot. Jalen Tolbert, number 1 is his number. Another play action here. Dak looking deep. And guess who he finds? Tolbert again. So, again, as the Cowboys, working other receivers as we're going down the depth chart, you got Turpin. It's kind of like the next guy in there. You got Brooks in there, number 83. And then we start going to, guys, like I say, deeper on the depth chart, like Tyron Billy Johnson there, number 13. Again, having a great time there. There's Brooks, number 83. These guys are going to have to play some kind of a role at times, especially on special teams.
Stone cold, guys. Super random. But the Browns and the Seahawks just made a trade. Cleveland's getting center Nick Harris for some picks. Doesn't matter. It's the fact that they did it during halftime.
Damn.
Sorry, just thought that was crazy.
They weren't playing anyways, but yeah, there you go. So, missed a couple plays there, but maybe that's been the Cropper show right there, number 16, and this is Flournoy, number 18. So, these are guys you're going to see the rest of this game. Here's a little run up the middle, and then a fight. Yes, there's Brock Hoffman pulling helmets there with the center, as our center. He's our starting center currently. With the Rams defensive tackles there. So this did not stop. Again, luckily we had no major fights, but that was fight number 1. It was a mini one. This is fight number 2.
Oh. Yeah,
which was, again, no punches thrown, no helmets thrown. These scuffles happen. This should not be a fine, but there's still always going to be some pushing and shoving, even in our own team when we play each other.
Yeah, it sounds like the NFL's more worried about
Melees.
2 teams fighting, right? Like, the Giants with another team, or if we started beating up on the Rams or something.
We're just separating each other here, right? Here's another
glad
one.
It didn't escalate more than
There's
just,
some shoving. Some shoving,
some friendly hugging.
Some hands kind of grabbing, helmet. I know we grabbed, face masks here.
What's a fist or two amongst friends?
So, again, after they were split up, and again, that's the multiple scuffles and melees and whatever. We were in melees. There were little scuffles. There were little shoving matches. And that should not be a fine or suspensions or anything from any team or from the NFL for any of these 2 teams. So, just wanted to bring you up to date on that. And then after this little scrimmage, we have time here. We had another quick video to kind of play. It's a quick one because this is just our walkthrough practice, guys, which was open to the public. That's why I know that some people don't count this as a practice. It's not a padded practice. There's Trayvon Diggs doing his thing on the sideline. running through some drills still. And here's some other drills. There's Ferguson I think it's Ferguson. I can't see right now. But Ferguson or Hendershot or one of these guys, Schoonmaker, making these catches kind of blindly behind the goalpost, as you can see there. So, just a little warming up on a day where it wasn't going to be much anyways. Now, the Cowboys are returning this kickoff. And let's see what happens here. Is this Turpin? It's not Turpin. It's
no, it looked like 13.
Yeah, it's Tyron Billy Johnson.
Okay.
There. Here's the running backs. You see them doing their drills. I think they actually put their pads on for this drill because they got to run through. They don't want to hurt the shoulder. They got to run through these things here. And Zeke got hit in the nuts with this machine at one time, and he kind of bent over in pain. While people were saying he was actually tired, he was not. So hey, we got Spanford in the house there, tight end. Yeah, so you're seeing some of the practice here. There's really nothing I went on. It was a walkthrough after these drills, and I'll explain it here. I'll finish it up because it's only a minute. Trey Lance. And you can see it's a walkthrough here, taking doing some throws, getting ready for this game, which is in the game right now, under center. And it's a handoff to number 34, Malik Davis, and he gets about 4 yards.
5 yards.
That's a good 4 yards. And this play here, boom, Flournoy gets hit against the damn gate. That's not, and if you hear it on the main video, you can watch it on standalone. Here's a replay of it. It looked bad. It sounded bad.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, he was just hurt with a hamstring, came back a couple days ago, got hurt, got this bang,
and then ran face first into the fence.
Thank goodness he's in this game, and he made that. Unfortunately, he dropped the pass in his hands there, but he did make the catch in this game, and he's okay, and he's playing.
So it's a 2nd and 6. Trey Lance with a nice pass up the middle there to
Spanford.
There you go.
The big man. This guy here, undrafted, a tight end, was supposed to be taken in the 4th, 5th round. He actually was undrafted, and the Cowboys got him. And again, he's 6'7", 280 pounds or something like this. Speaking of a big guy running the ball, there's Micah Parsons as he took a couple snaps at running back. Although I don't expect it to happen at all unless the game is over. It's a goal line situation, and the Cowboys want to fuck around and give him one carry. I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Now let's get back into this.
Of course.
As Trey Lance is running here on the outs, great job using that. And that's what I want to see. Did you see what happened there? This is what I'm saying about Trey Lance. I love to see the putting the ball in the stomach and then pulling it out. And it's almost like a run pass option, but with the mindset you're going to give the ball to Trey Lance, and that's what you want to see. This is a planned run for him, even though it looked like it was an option, because you see number 81 John Stevens Jr. going around the corner at tight end and blocking, setting up that block on the outside, knowing that was probably going to be the play. Trey Lance looking.
Scorpio. I also think that the reason Flournoy won't make the team is because guys like Cropper.
And that he just fumbled. Flournoy just made the catch. Flournoy just made the catch. Turned around, got about 3 or 4 yards, fumbled the ball out of bounds. Thank goodness.
Yeah, him and Cropper are the type of guys that have to look amazing in these preseason games because this is the film they will evaluate you with deciding on, are you staying on this team or not.
I like the Lunatic's comment, though, because that's what the Cowboys going to do with guys like Mukuamu, right? Give him keep him on the team by giving him like a short-term injury designation. He's out for 8 weeks or 6 weeks or whatever. Same thing happened to Flournoy to keep him on the team. A run to Malik Davis for about 4 yards, about 5 yards.
6 yards there.
Good point.
So Cheese Louise, CeeDee's absolutely a top 3 receiver, probably the 2nd best receiver in the league behind Justin Jefferson. He deserves all that and more. And why are the Cowboys waiting? Like you said, the money is there and available. It's not like we have $3 left in the cap.
Big shout out,
we have enough.
Huge shout out to Skeptical Fan. He dropped a $2 holler. He said,
Skeptical.
Trey Lance is giving me anxiety. I hear you. There's another high pass. This time Cropper makes the catch again.
But what a catch by Cropper.
No, it's not Cropper. It's Flournoy. By the way, Tyler Guyton's in the game now. Number 60. So we keep an eye on that left tackle spot. He looks winded. Yeah, he looks like he's been having a battle here. But again, he's only played 3 minutes so far in this drive.
I'm glad that he's getting more snaps, though. I have to agree. Like he's obviously about to become one of our starters. So yes, similar to all these other guys, he's one of those guys that needs this play time. We need the tape on him too.
Yeah. Let's see, make sure you can do the things here.
In a game day situation, yeah.
Here we go. We got a running play. We have Florida was in the backfield to block.
Man, not as good 48. There. I don't think we even got a yard.
We got a first, I thought. I thought we got a Snoop Connor, number 32. So
we'll see.
We'll see what the marking is. But I was kind of looking at the
No, go ahead. But yeah, thank you again, Skeptical Fan. Appreciate you.
Big shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you. And he's always staying skeptical. That's the man right there. He knows what he's talking about. By the way, yes, appreciate Mary Alvarez, who dropped the love here today, and Skeptical Fan in the Cash App. Of course, I think we have Super Chat. Don't we still have Super Chat?
Yeah.
I think we do.
Mary Alvarez.
I know, I'm making a joke.
She's actually at the game. So hopefully she's enjoying herself.
2nd and 9. It's a quick run to...
Johnson?
Yeah, Billy Johnson. Is that Billy Johnson?
I thought it was Trey Lance.
No, it's a different guy. It's Cam Johnson.
I thought it was Trey Lance for a second.
Flag,
although it is a flag, and it looks like it is on us because I see us moving on back. I'm guessing holding just by...
He needs to come out, it looks like. Man, that's not good. You got one play, you got to come out. Cam Johnson is an undrafted.
Oh.
It's illegal shift.
Illegal shift.
Two guys are probably moving at once. So a good play ruined there because of a player error there. And that worked. It worked quick. There was a quick,
Of course it worked. It was an illegal shift.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, it worked in a sense like it was smooth. Other than the illegal shift, it was smooth from the Cowboys side. It was tricky. It was quick. Every player was kind of, other than the guy who was also shifting. It could be on Trey Lance for rushing that,
Yeah.
So I will have to see that. 2nd and 14. He looks left, throws left for a no-yard gain.
That was a great read by whoever that was for the
39
Rams.
for the Rams. It just sucks because we just literally gained a yard, or if that, with John Stevens, who made the catch like he's supposed to. But it was just Trey Lance had one decision. He made up his mind within 1 second there. Like I don't know if that's the way the play's supposed to be. I mean, I guess it is because you see kind of blocking down the field, but it was just.
It's hard to know without knowing if that was an option play for him to kind of boom, 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 and he just went boom.
Let's watch him again. 3rd and 13. Left side is Tyler Guyton. No problem there. He throws it short by half the yardage there. I mean, he just goes to the first fucking option, Trey Lance, right? Well,
I mean, there's a variety of reasons why he is where he is.
Well, that's a problem.
Yeah,
for him to make the
these
team.
guys are playing for their livelihood. Dylan said, you can see which Cowboy players are playing to feed their families.
Yeah. I mean, look, right now we're going for it. The Cowboys didn't care about no long 50-yard field goal. 4th and 6. Use your guy. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's like I would try to use, if I would say Trey Lance, take a look at 1 or 2 guys and then scramble out the pocket. And then see what you got.
For 6 yards?
Scramble out just to look what you got. Boom. Scramble out. See what you got. Extend the play. At least he threw it down the goddamn field. I know it's incomplete.
I think somebody got hurt, though. Oh, no, he's fine. Well, I don't know. Is he fine?
What number was that? 48? No. Was that Princeton?
I saw an 8.
Yeah.
Not sure. Let me see if I can find out who that was or someone in the chat. Did you guys happen to catch the number of the name? I just want to know.
Yeah, I know. The point is, though, is that we can actually check it. We can rewind it. But you have to hit OK first. Just once. And then you go left and hit it back a couple times. And we'll see it.
There. 30 seconds should be enough.
One more. There you go. Now you go. Now you let it go. There. Hold on. We're taking a look at the replay on this here. I'm trying to see who's in the game. Is that Princeton Fant, number 48? No, it's not. But at least he got out the pocket. He tried. I mean, both guys were in the same spot. 81 and number 6 is Deontay Burnett. We got him recently. But the other guy was number 81. Of course, we know that's John Stevens. He cannot get hurt.
Yeah.
That would be a major injury for the Cowboys. He just got hurt. Tore his ACL in the second preseason game. Now what? Something's happened to him there. Like that was a chancy play. And the thing I didn't like, I liked that Trey Lance got out of the pocket. Number 1, he didn't set himself though when he was going to throw the ball. Number 2, he threw it to 2 guys in the same area, and they were covered. So why not try to run the ball there? Why not try to use your athleticism and get those yards? You need 6. You don't need 46. So it just, to me, like he's just not seeing the field well. Trey Lance, disappointing right now. Very disappointed in Trey Lance, specifically in 2 things. Because athleticism is great, and his ability to run and scramble is great, but he's not good at decision-making. He's not good at throwing accurate passes at any consistent level. So
okay, so that illegal shift penalty was actually on Cam Johnson.
Right, but I
didn't realize that. I kind of just assumed it was not on him.
Well, no,
or it was on floor 9.
Well, the point is, whoever was on, the point is it's only the penalty's on that person because Trey Lance didn't wait long enough for the person to shift.
Okay.
That could be one of the, even if it's not on Trey Lance, it's on the player that's moving. It could have been the quarterback's fault, or they both moved at the same time, and that's obviously on Cam Johnson.
Gotcha. So, no, I'm just kind of doing a quick little injury
I want to know if Sully can correct
check.
me there. Hit the like button for this stream. This is not after dark. You hit the like button for this stream, and of course hit subscribe Make sure you hit the notification bell to all videos.
Yes.
Because we'll be going live, not every day like we used to. We're going to go live. We're going to do our game day live streams, talk Cowboy football, and, do our thing here like we always have done, representing this star no matter what. We could be 0-17. We're going to be repping that star for everything. Not happily, but we still repping it. Always. So that's the way we do it here.
Heck, well, I think the last time anyone repped the star happily was in 1994.
96, yeah.
96.
The January 96. Anyways, here we go. Rams running. We got overstacking the right side, and they just beat. Thank goodness we had Kalen Carson to wrap him up after he got blocked. It was more that we overplayed the right side of our defense, their left side, and they just basically blocked us out the way. They just took our momentum, took us out to play, and the running back just cut back a little bit.
I think the only real
he got 7 yards.
I would say overall, like on a grand scheme of things, have you seen a lot of quarterback pressure in this game? Not that it. I'm trying to keep this comparatively speaking. Just
against us, yes.
Yeah, but I mean, did our defense
not
have
much pressure.
Any kind of
not much pressure? Is that Mozzie in the middle? 58, it is. There's some pressure there, but it's kind of designed with the play.
Again, we've had some great plays and some good executions.
Who is that? 31. Got beat Butler.
Oh, there's a flag though. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not that I'm expecting the world's #1 pass rush and things like that with the type of guys we have out there. But
late hit. Oh! God, we got a break there. So the offensive player face masked the defensive player. I didn't see that. Face mask on the Rams cancels the play out, and they go back 15 yards. That's a killer for the Rams. Not that I say that this, again, I don't like the fact that we allowed that play to happen, but we had our defensive player, Josh Butler, had his hand on the ball with the receiver, and it was a better play by the receiver than him, though. So I can't blame him for that. We had a little bit of pressure, but that was the play design for the Rams to kind of roll him out the pocket into the pressure coming at him as he was throwing it to the guy cutting across his face about 15 yards down the field. Here we go.
Scorpio, it's a...
Damn, they moved back. They were on our 20. They're on their own 20 now. That's a huge penalty. Shotgun. Little pressure. There's some pressure on Maz.
There we go.
90,
almost.
Kalen Carson, nice job there. Yeah, Kalen Carson with the hit. Buddy Johnson, I think, is that him?
Yeah, they must have heard me talking shit saying, excuse me, pressure where? Here you go.
I think got that? I don't think that's Mozzie Smith. I want to keep an eye on him. I think that may be Carl Davis. If that's the case, that's interesting there. Or those two, Justin Rogers, that's a rookie. That'd be nice. And you said you knew, what was the number of the other guy, the new guy we got? I forgot his name now.
25?
Duggins, I think. No. Oh, they're going deep. Wide open.
Oh, that was on Butler,
Well, it was a zone coverage situation.
Yeah, but still.
Damn. Not good there. We just give him a first down on a 3rd and long. That shit sucks.
And a really big first down, too. Man, they're moving very quickly here. Already, they ran for, another 5 yards there?
That was a quick play.
That's what I'm saying. They're just moving bang, bang, bang. Holy crap. So, yeah, it looks like as of now, guys, and I'm going to knock on wood, but it seems like Chuma Dogo with that ankle injury, left ankle, by the way, is the only injury as of now in this game. We'll obviously keep you guys updated once we know more.
No doubt.
But, yeah, I mean, so far so good. Right?
Yeah, I mean...
I have to admit, Cropper surprised me.
I want to see who's our tackle.
I'm very pleasantly surprised at how
is that 68? If that's 68, I think 68 is our new guy, Albert Huggins. I kind of wanted to watch him. Defensive tackle. Is that him? He just made a tackle. Is that him? It's Rogers. Even better. Number 96, is that 96? I think that's 96. That's the guy from Auburn who was our 7th round pick. I know last year was Jalen Brooks, right? Yeah. Receiver. You're hearing his name, right? Number 83. Mm-hmm. Watch this number 96. It's always been in the back of my mind. I've always been like, I wonder if this is going to be a sneaky good pick because this is a position it's a one-dimensional guy. He's not a pass rusher. He's a run stopper / block eater. And I'm wondering if he just ate 2 blocks and ate the fucking running back. So I want to keep an eye on number in the middle there.
And eat the food off your plate.
I think the guy next to him is Wiggins. 68, but 96 in there taking on. That time he didn't do shit. I think I can't tell number 6. I think that's 68, who's our new guy. He's playing 3 tech, while we got the rookie playing 1 tech. Important stuff to just note as depth is concerned, because I like the way Rogers has been playing. That's our rookie 7th round pick. I just like what he's doing as a nose tackle. That's an important position for us to have some real depth. Carl Davis, cut his ass. I don't know.
Forcing him to punt?
We're forcing him to punt. 4th and 7. Look at the punter with the 42 as his number. I kind of love it. Anyways,
I'm still not a fan of all these weird number situations. But hey, first punt of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it? Yeah, it might have been. Uh-oh. No flag, it looks like there. Good punt. He's got number 16, Cropper, letting it go. Oh! Touchback. Yeah, like we didn't see that, buddy.
Yeah, nice try.
The guy had his damn whole body in the end zone. He downed it, and then he rolled out the end zone.
You got him credit for trying.
Everyone's laughing at him because it's like, the truth is, though, here's the truth. If you're the Rams, you look at the special teams coach. If you're the Rams, you're like, no awareness. Is this something that you can fix? Because if not, we got to get rid of you. Because obviously he's hanging on by a thread anyways if you're playing special teams in the second half of a preseason game. So I'm just, you know what I mean? You got to have that awareness.
Those are the type of little things, but
it's a big thing in this case for him.
I think part of it is more the effort there in that play where it was already clear. Like, he was already in the end zone. It was already basically there.
He had the right idea.
He just basically gave it one last shot to try and keep it out of there. So even I think it's a little more 50-50. Like, hey, you should have known better. We appreciate the attempt, but you should have known better.
I agree.
But you're right. When you're talking
to
about the little things that differentiate players when you're this deep.
What do you think happens when they read off like the different things, good and bad, on these guys? Who they're going to cut? Who do you think is going to get cut first? The guy who didn't make that mistake, or the guy who made the mistake?
No, like you said, the preseason tape matters for. And
this ain't even to do with the Cowboys, right? This is just the Rams, but it of course has to do with the Cowboys. It's the same exact thing, it's just in different ways, right?
Exactly. So Lee's side, what are the Texans even doing in preseason? What are you guys even going to do in the regular season? What are you guys up to?
So David Mills is a backup. Davis Mills is the backup who actually didn't look bad against us. So comparing him to Trey Lance, that's not a big thing. I mean, I would probably agree with him. Now,
Wiseman27 said it's sad that Trey Lance is our weakest link on the field right now.
Yeah, and hey, but everyone, I've seen, listen, we're gonna still, even if we don't go live every day, we're still gonna do shorts. And you read some of those comments in those shorts. And my God, I can't believe people say Trey Lance is better than Dak. I mean, what the fuck? Are they smoking crack? Or are they smoking crack with cheese?
I want to see if anyone still says that after today's preseason game. If
they will. Yes, they will, because they hate Dak that much. They're idiots. I'm not saying you get an idiot hating Dak, or you don't like Dak, or you think we need a new quarterback. That's one thing. It's another thing if you're dumb enough to think that Trey Lance is ready to take over Dak Prescott. You're dumb if you think he's ready to take over Cooper Rush at this point.
You can want Dak to move on while also not
being stupid.
Trying to put the bad juju of wanting Trey Lance or Cooper Rush to be the starter over him.
We would be 4 or 5 win team with Cooper Rush and probably a 3-win team with Trey Lance.
Dak goes for an interception. Dak sucks. Start Lance. I can hear it now.
Yeah, it's happening. I hear it now. I see it now. I could look at my newest comments. I could look at my newest comments on this channel and all my videos and all that stuff. And I guarantee you, out of every three, one of them is like, Trey Lance is the best. Put him, and it's not like trolling. It's like Cowboy fans saying Dak sucks.
I know.
And after this game,
again,
it might be 1 every 5. It's still going to be happening. The other ones will start hiding a little bit. Here's a little run there from Snoop Connor. Good job keeping his.
Great job staying up on his feet.
That's the kind of shit that makes the practice squad. That makes the team in some way.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Late flag. Yep.
Rams player last minute. Sided up.
You want to do that? Extra hands
to the face? Let me show it more live.
Thanks, baby. Damn.
Oh, let me put the helmet on.
We know someone's watching. No, anyways. Personal foul. 15 more yards. McVay's pissed. Dez is watching. Yeah, you know.
So now
Dez X.
Now Sean McVay is trying to argue with the ref, saying, "Come on, don't be so mean." It was literally right in front of him. Yeah, you can't. I'm sorry. You don't steal in front of the cops. You don't hit another player in front of the refs.
Look, he's like, "Fuck you." He's literally cursing out the ref right now.
Oh, he just stood behind the freaking first down marker and hid there for a minute, like, oh. Anyway, cracking me up. And by the way, guys, we are, getting towards the end of this preseason live stream. So before we still got time. We got time.
Third quarter. Oh,
damn.
Almost a great catch there.
An attempt was made, but don't forget, guys, to take a second, hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Best way to make sure you don't miss what we got going on here on the MCF Dallas Cowboys side of things. Of course, you can hop in the Discord as well. Links in the description down below. Huge shout out to everyone here who's still rocking with us, even through all the trials and tribulations, because we are still rocking with you.
Yeah, we're still here.
So,
And extra
now, the coach
special
camp,
thanks to Mary Alvarez
yes,
and Skeptical Fan who dropped a little love here for the channel here on a game day live stream.
Technically the first one of the season, even if it's only preseason.
There's Josh Ball, number 75.
But do you notice that the coach cam, like, is it just me, guys? If you are also watching the game and watching along with us, but they never show Mike McCarthy or any other coaches. They only ever show Sean McVay, like, quarter.
Oh, yeah. I missed it.
Not the third quarter.
Feels like the third quarter.
I know. So 3rd and 7 here for our Cowboys. We got a little bit of motion there with Billy Johnson.
Billy Johnson, baby. Number 14 there, rolling around back. No, that's not Billy Johnson. That's Cam Johnson. It's Cam Johnson. He's 13.
Sorry, wrong Johnson.
Low throw there by Trey Lance. Still makes the catch by Cam Johnson. You know, who's hanging on by a thread as well in this team, I'm going to be honest. Although they give him his opportunities. The guys are going to be cut first on as far as receivers are going to be guys like Kelvin Harmon, Deontay Burnett, Racy McCrath, who's also hanging on, David Durden hanging on.
Yeah.
Those
and G-Money, yes, the game's still going. 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah,
it's
still going.
Still 6-6.
Yeah, we just have
Not that the score really matters.
Yeah, Adoga got hurt. Doesn't seem like it's crazy serious. I think that's the major thing from our side. We got Malik Davis in the backfield, and now he's a receiver, open backfield. Trey Lance looking, avoiding a sack.
Wow.
Does a great job doing
Trey
that.
Lance.
He's running the ball. First, he shows the run without, like,
man.
He slid forward for about, 5 yards?
Got clipped there towards the end. I didn't like that.
Look at hands to the face. They didn't call it, but he got out of the sack. The thing is, like, here's the thing I didn't like about Trey Lance. When he got out and he put the ball in his hands, tucked it in and started running. Watch.
Did he tuck it in on the wrong side, right?
No, that's not the problem. The problem is he should be looking down the field. He gave the run look, and then he kind of...
Oh, I get what you mean. He didn't even attempt to make it look like he was still going to pass.
Right.
He just fully showed the run and started running.
Yeah,
and of
exactly.
course...
Yeah, and that to me is just like
no
a little
deception there.
A little thing. Like he just thought, I'm going to run, instead of, wait, someone might get open if I break the pocket, which is what he did. And then when he broke the pocket, he didn't even... And then he started looking down the field. So by this point, he got 4 guys on him.
Yeah.
And he's not going to make a decision fast enough to be smart about it. He's going to make it too fast to make a mistake. So then he tucked him back in, tried to run. And luckily, he got 5 yards. That's good.
Yeah, Mary Alvarez was here earlier. Lisa, she's actually at the preseason game, enjoying herself and having a good time.
Yes. Now, Trey Lance under center here with one of the running back. I can't tell it. I think it's Nathaniel Pete. Looks like number 36 as the running back. We're running him 2nd and 7. He gets about
like 3 yards.
Yeah, so it's like a 3rd and 5 right now. It's attainable. But we got all the running backs some snaps in here, all 3 of them.
3rd and 5, good call.
We got all 3 running backs get some snaps. So the main, and I'm talking about backups. Yeah. I know we got Rico Dowdle a little bit. Royce Freeman's hurt, so I was representing Royce Freeman tonight. But Malik Davis got a good. I thought he did well for the short amount of snaps he had. Snoop Connor looked okay. Nathaniel Pete, that was his first carry. He's in it again here for this play. Trey Lance, at least he went through a couple looks there, and then he's got to get out of this and throw the ball out of bounds.
He already stepped out of bounds before that.
Did he?
I thought so, but
I don't know.
I guess the ref let him go an extra step or two. But yeah, that was horrible.
This is I don't know. No one's getting separation, but there's also bad decision making by Trey Lance. You gotta know to throw the ball out of bounds when you're out. When you rather than you lose 7 yards. I know it was 4th down, so it didn't matter. But rather than lose 4 or 5 yards, 2 yards, any yards, you always throw the ball out of bounds.
I know, but
when you're out of the pocket, you legally can. As long as it gets back to the line of scrimmage, you're good. Now Brandon Aubrey's going for a nice long field goal here.
Good, because like you said, we don't want this game going into overtime.
This is going like what? We on our own 50. This is a record.
This is like a 58-yarder or something.
This is a record.
Right?
This is a 70-yarder.
60. 65.
65.
He missed it.
Wide right. Didn't reach it either. Wide right and short. So Brandon Aubrey, might as well test his leg out. Give him some. See, that's what I would.
It wasn't short by much though. Like it looked like it would have been good for 60. Hopefully they replay that. But I'm just trying to say, like 60, 65. It's not like we're going to be kicking 65-yard.
What's the record? 63.
I think it's 63 or
64. That would have been the record.
I think it was 63, and then it became 64.
Let me know if you guys know that in the house. And I see a lot of people in the house here. You got Ratio, BD Gray, JV, B-Boy, Sidney Jones, Chanel. You can't handle the truth. Cuban Boy, BRG Sports. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Oh, yeah.
And of course, guys, again, huge shout out to everybody here chilling with us. Like we said, we are reaching the end, technically, of the MCF live stream portion of things. Like we said, we had to move some family stuff around, and part 2 of the family stuff is about to start soon. Also, the children are, starting school.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
School starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the first
early.
day. So between the family stuff and then the school stuff and the, other work life stuff, it's been quite the busy
for sure.
And weekend here.
Mackenzie 2 times, Eastside Harold, G Money, 100G, Scottzilla.
Yeah, Lance can't do it, Mackenzie. If it wasn't evident before, it's clearly evident now.
Yeah.
It's going to be Dak and Rush as our first and
Wiseman,
second.
27, Scorpio, Cheese Louise. I know, the Lunatic. By the way, a lot of you guys, I might be seeing you guys on like Scottzilla and others, maybe on the After Dark tonight, right? Yeah. It'll be a little earlier tonight, so stay tuned for that. It should be a little earlier than 3 in the morning.
Again, family stuff.
Yes, but again, probably like anywhere after 1 or 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning, you might see.
Whether it's MCF or After Dark or anything in between, guys. Just, if you hit the notification bell, it's usually the best way to make sure you never miss one.
Make sure that's set to all videos, because if it's just occasional videos or live stream onlys, or you won't get them all. So make sure you hit it for all videos here and also on MCF After Dark, MCF After Dark 2. That's the way we're going live tonight on the second channel, the backup channel.
By the way, Tokyo said that even if the score's tied, that there's no overtime in preseason.
Oh, there isn't? Okay. They did change that rule.
I wasn't sure about that, but thank you for that. I didn't realize if that's a new updated rule, that is a good one.
Yeah, I do remember that being an updated rule. So we just I think we're
just a little behind.
We're in preseason mode too here. You know what I mean? So
2023 preseason.
Now we're
I'm messing with you. What I'm saying is, obviously that wasn't a rule previously. It's one of the new updates.
Right, and we have gone through that in this. We've talked about that this offseason, but there's multiple rules that we'll have to tweak as we learn throughout the season and kind of get a hang of it, especially on the kickoffs and that kind of stuff. I just learned some of the kickoff stuff more recently. I did not know it goes to the 40 if you kick the ball out of bounds. If it goes to the 40, that's a big penalty there.
Oh yeah.
If you kick the ball and it doesn't reach the landing zone, it goes to the 40 automatically. So
but what's up, Jet Li 44? Much love to
you.
Pick,
baby!
Oh, hey!
Jet Li brings the luck. He brings the good fortune.
There you go.
Interception by number 33, Julius Wood.
I thought it was Eric Scott again. I saw that 3, and I'm like, man, did he just pick him off again?
Yeah, it is Julius Wood. I think that's big games relative.
Oh.
Yeah, so again, you see him make a big play.
For him.
Yeah.
I hope he gets to keep that ball.
Yeah, undrafted defensive back. Great job being in the right place, right time by the Rams guy.
That's 3 picks for our Cowboys again.
And Bennett threw them all, by the way. There was no Jimmy Garoppolo. There was no
the pressure might not be exactly where we would have wanted to see, but clearly the interception train is full steam ahead.
What part does the interception train is
That's
done?
Defensive backs,
right?
Mainly.
And who handles? Who's our
Zimmer.
coach? Who's our true defensive backs coach in there? Al Harris. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to take anything away from Al Harris.
No.
But Mike Zimmer, that's his specialty. So whatever he told Al Harris, so he wants to see, it's translating through Al Harris into these players. First stringers, second stringers, third stringers, fourth. All the strings right now know what they're supposed to do and how to play those strings in the defensive backfield. Cornerbacks or safety. Thank you, but gently, by the way, for jumping the hell up here. Appreciate you, brother.
But yeah, Raul, I agree. Dallas has not looked bad in this preseason game.
Defensively, the offensively look like shit, to be honest.
Well, even that, a lot of it does come down to Trey Lance.
Yeah, Trey Lance looking like shit.
A lot
so
of
our offense looks like shit
on his side. Even Cooper Rush, he only played basically 4 snaps.
Yeah, got us down the field.
Got us down the field. You know,
him and
the
Brooks.
field goal, he got off the field. Yeah. But even I believe we would have probably scored at least a singular touchdown if Cooper Rush had been out there. But
Agree.
Again, Trey Lance is the one who needs the snaps and the reps.
Yeah, that 3 interceptions, Jet Li. That's right.
And Cameron, we still have 2 more preseason games after this.
Yep. The next one's the Raiders in LA, I think, in Vegas. I think it's the Raiders, if I'm not mistaken. And then the last one is back home against the Chargers. And, the former Kellen Moore offense, now the Kellen Moore offense is the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to have some memes for that, don't worry. By the way, if you guys are in here, if you're in the membership, why don't you drop those anti-Rams? We know we have all the anti-whatever. Every week they're going to change, so let me drop a bunch of them right now.
Yeah, let me do that.
Fuck the Rams in the sense of this game, even though it's not about winning or losing, right? But still, hold on, baby. Right there. Fuck the Rams. Anyways, knock them out. Let's ram the Rams. And right now, I will say that even though we're playing sloppy in some parts of the game, especially on offense, on defense, the Cowboys I would say the run stop is definitely, up in the air still, question marks about that. But the defensive backfield, the coverage, I don't care which, is it the starters? Is it the backups? Is it a rookie? Is it a guy who's been around the league? It doesn't fucking matter. Other than Eric Scott getting torched a little bit, everyone else been locking the shit down.
Oh, yeah.
So I love our defensive backs coverage. That's Al Harris, and it's translated originally through him, but it's from Mike Zimmer, and that's his specialty. Kind of like Dan Quinn, especially, was the defensive line. That's where he made his hay there. That's what's happening with Zimmer. And he started off as a Cowboys defensive backs coach. So here we go. Trey Lance rolling out, which I love.
Ooh.
Catch, which I love. He's not down yet. He's not college.
But that was nice.
That's the guy Bennett, I think, that Burnett. That was not. But see, that's a play. That's what I say. You got to use Trey Lance to his strengths. I mean, I think that could also benefit from having plays like this. This is a play action, roll out to the right. You extend the pocket because the pocket stays kind of blocking and shielding. And then Trey Lance has an option to run.
Pretty much anytime Trey Lance looks good, he's moving.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to sum
it up. The bad thing about that is it cuts the field in half. But if Trey Lance is not reading the whole field, anyways, then cut the field in half and give him an advantage to run or throw. That's what I would do. 25 seconds before the third quarter goes to that fourth quarter. And
Jet Li, we kept points off the board. That's
brother.
That's all we want.
I hope Mr. Jet Li is doing well. I know he had some things going down, so hope you're hanging in there, brother. I hope you're doing well.
Take care of yourself first.
Yes, that's number one here in real life. On the channel, it's a star for everything, but here in real life, always take care of yourself, brother, and I hope you're doing better. Here we go. Trey Lance with the play action, rolling him out, dumping it to Spanford, I think. Big man. And I will say he kind of grabbed him and threw the player, so they didn't call a flag there on Spanford, number 47. He's trying to sneak on this team as I say the tight ends are kind of done. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be Ferguson. They're going to keep Schoonmaker on this team. I think John Stevens is next. I think Hendershot's going to be practice squad or cut. I think that, who else at tight end? You got John Stevens, who I believe will be the third guy.
We're only going to keep 3 tight ends, mainly because we're also going to have a fullback.
Right.
I'm just saying, if we didn't have a fullback, you could have easily. That's where you see Hendershot on the team.
Right. Or you could see Brevin Spanford, but I think Spanford is an easy practice squad guy.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to make that practice squad.
Yeah, Hendershot. That's what I'm saying. If you put Hendershot on the practice squad, he'll be gone faster than you can blink. Realistically speaking,
let him go. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like Hendershot can go. In my opinion, he's already dropped a bunch of passes that led to almost interceptions in practice. We see this happen in his rookie year.
So we basically have Spanford to take over that Hendershot
spot
if it ends up that way. I'm just saying, if it ends
up that way. You have
Princeton
Fant, who also is kind of a fullback backup and a tight end backup. So to me, he could be him and Spanford would be, let's say, the practice squad guys. And we let go of Holler from UCF, who's another undrafted guy.
Now, Cameron thinks that Trey Lance just needs more reps. Like, let him basically play full on the next 2 preseason games. He just needs more reps.
I'm going to tell you right now, next game against the Raiders, he will be the quarterback maybe the whole game instead of the first quarter.
I think it'll be similar to this time. Right. Cooper Rush will start for literally the first drive, and then that's it.
And then the last game in Dallas with the Chargers, it'll be all Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. Unless
it should be.
Unless if for some reason you either want to try Dak out in the offense or something like that, or, Trey Lance has a great camp, the rest of camp. He has a great game in preseason, and now they want to see how Cooper Rush, because he is, we know what he's got, right? So do they give Trey Lance a whole game? Mm-hmm. They give Trey Lance and Cooper Rush, kind of a battle going on for one spot. Because I believe that, whoever doesn't make the team, if Cooper Rush goes to the practice squad, I'm just going to say this, he will be gone. And someone will take him and put him as a third stringer on their team or a backup on their team. But I think more in a way, there is that emergency quarterback position. So you can keep a guy on the roster. You have to keep him on your main roster for games. He's only going to be the emergency quarterback, and that's your third guy. So that would mean that
Dak and Cooper Rush both have to go down before Trey Lance.
And I say go down, the guy get hurt,
activated,
or thrown out of a game. I guess you can, if Dak is injured and Cooper Rush sucks, you can say Cooper Rush.
They are unable to play.
Cooper Rush, take your helmet off and throw it at the ref. And you know what I'm saying, we'll pay your fine. If he does that, we can bring in Trey Lance. That's the way it would work.
Jerry. Oh, sorry, I don't know why. That sounds like something Jay would say. Anyway, but yeah, hopefully Jet Li, that shot in your back, does what it's supposed to do. Glad you had a good time camping.
Yes,
and just give you guys a heads up, once this offensive drive is over, the MCF stream will be wrapping up and coming to an end. So fourth quarter just started.
I'm watching it. I'm going to try to watch it to the end a little bit here. But who is this? I missed it. Okay, we got the first.
I didn't see who got it.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we're trying to say is
they literally just showed it after the play happened in a blob on the ground.
What we're trying to say is this stream will end. You know, as the game ends, the stream will be over. Is the point? We're not gonna have like a post game discussion. You know what I mean? So, you know, we're gonna. You know, I'm just saying. I gotta. You know, we gotta finish this to the end. It's a close game. I guess. You know, there's that score situation still. Play action for Trey Lance. I just want to see how he's going for the end zone here, deep. Fucking throws.
Overthrown, it doesn't even qualify as the same stratosphere.
Yeah, there's no way we're gonna leave this without watching the entire game, because Trey Lance is the draw here. He is what we're watching for here, pretty much on the offensive side, and that's the way it's gonna be for 3 games. So imagine, just get ready, guys, buckle up, because we're watching these all the way to the end. But we're also gonna make sure these preseason games, we have nothing to talk about afterwards. We're talking about it now, so it ends. Now, we'll be back live again in a couple of days, I'm sure, unless there's the CeeDee Lamb signing, which we discussed all that earlier in the stream. Go back to the beginning if you missed it. Here's a throw, again high, this time to, is that Princeton Fant, or is that
oh, shit.
A little fight going on there. Number 48, Princeton Fant.
Ingle lost his helmet there on that play.
See, Princeton Fant could be fighting with Span Ford as a similar kind of player. You know, a role on the practice squad.
I feel like that comes down more to scheme than even anything that they do individually, personally.
Yeah, I think I agree, but they're both similar in a sense. Look at this. He pulled his pants down, so he kicked him in the nuts.
So he said, you know, Lance can't throw those long and mid passes. He basically can only throw those little short.
Then what can he do? Yeah, I mean, he can't really do that. Snoop Connor tries to go to the outside. I think that's Josh. Is that Ball or is that Willetsko? I can't tell. I think that's Willetsko's in the game there, playing the right tackle. Didn't do that well that time. He looks winded out there, too. It looks a little thin for a right tackle there. So I want to see more what Willetsko's going to do out there on the right tackle side, because he's a guy that could be hanging on by a thread. But the way Richards is playing, Richards is fucking looking like crap out there too. All right. By the way, Jalen Brooks has 2 catches, 49 yards. Pretty fucking nice.
So 4th and 6, and we're going for it again. No surprise. We've basically gone for it every 4th down.
Obviously, he's not trying to go for the win. That stuff doesn't matter here. Trey Lance looks right, looks left, gets out of the pocket, gets
just throw
sacked,
it away,
and we lose 10 yards, and they get the ball back at midfield. It's just horrible. I mean, this is not looking good for Trey Lance.
Yeah, it looks like Van Valkenburg got the sack.
A guy who's probably going on their practice squad. Either way, Trey Lance doesn't know. You know, he just doesn't seem to. You know, I see a processing time issue with Trey Lance. I see him looking and still not figuring it out, and can't get himself his bearings together when he's looking down that field and trying to see who's open. It's almost like he doesn't understand. This is why the Niners got rid of him.
No.
I didn't know it was this bad for him. I mean, this has been a whole year under McCarthy, and this is the way he looks.
Yeah, see, if I would have said, you got to at least throw it up. At that point, again, do not take the sack there. At least throw it.
I agree.
You know? So, yep,
Jet
Li said it. You know, we just got sacked and we left points on the board.
And again, you know, I want to make sure Mr. Jet Li understands. In the regular season, that's a field goal. You guys understand that? Like, for the regular season, it's about situational football. We don't care about the final score. I don't care about the points on the board. This is about, can Trey Lance be able to get a fucking 4th down? And as we've seen multiple times today, the Cowboys gone for it on 4th down when we would have kicked field goals. I don't care about the field goals, guys. I do not care.
Ben said it. At least he's not throwing picks.
Trey Lance cannot get 1st downs on 4th down. That's a proof right now against backups. And even though he has backups on his team, Trey Lance looks like crap. When Dak had backups on his team playing against Dak looked damn good. I'm just saying. Like, I remember the preseason for him when he started his career. He looked good. Trey Lance looks like crap. And there's no way. You just can't talk me out of anything. He looks like shit right now. A year under McCarthy and this quarterback whisperer shit. And this is the result? Is this?
Talked to Sully cracking me up too, because he's like, Lance 4th round pick versus Dak 4th round pick.
No question.
Again, not even Lance 4th. Remember, 3rd overall pick.
Or Dak 4th round pick.
Again, that just highlights why the Cowboys are between a rock and a hard place when it comes to the quarterback situation, because even when you attempt to get a quarterback that is ranked highly, that's drafted very high, that has all the metrics that everyone feels like you need to succeed in the NFL, something like 70% of those guys never even materialize to end up as starters. And those are the high caliber, high-quality quarterbacks. And then you have your Dak Prescotts and Tom Brady's and Brock Purdy's of the world, who should have never in any realistic chance started for anybody the way that they were drafted and brought onto a team and everything. And yet they somehow were able to obviously get in there and find success and be success. And obviously Brady is, the greatest quarterback of all time. Hard to, argue against that, unfortunately.
At least one of the greats, yes.
So, which, by the way, Jerry was chopping it up with Tom Brady before the game started.
95.
So it's kind of funny.
I'm just trying to see here because we do. Here's where I kind of look into things. Denzel Dixon, who's an international player, he's number 95 on this team. That's why we have 91 players on the team because of Dixon. I'm sorry, Daxon, number 95. So we have him in here. But I'm really looking right now. We see our defensive backs. The scheme is working with Zimmer, but I want to look at the way the defensive front is playing and the interior, the depth after Mozzie and Osa. We don't get to see it because they're interviewing some Rams guy, and I don't really care about the number 38. What's his name? Josh DeBerry. He ain't making the team. He's going to be practice squad. They're playing. These guys are playing for practice squad spots. Most of them. A run here on a 3rd and 1. They got it, no problem. But you see Muhammad in there, number 92. I know he's new to the team. There we got number 72. Also in there, Shaka Tony. So you see these guys we just picked up recently. They're going to be in the game here.
A little somebody was starting trouble. You were doing something you were supposed to do.
What are you doing? She's stretching.
She's been, like I said, the second she sees that there's a Cowboy game on, I'm not joking.
She goes
turns
crazy. Oh, nice job
crazy
there.
Dog.
52. Who's 52? Brian Vaughn's did a nice job there reading that out there. Buddy Johnson in the mix there. Brock Mogensen, undrafted rookie.
See, even Tokyo said it. He's like, I never thought I would say this, but I would rather have Cooper Rush on the field instead of Trey Lance.
Yep.
Because it is clear now that Cooper Rush is the better quarterback. Now, does that make Cooper Rush a good quarterback? Still no.
I mean,
is he better than Trey Lance? Yes.
It makes Cooper Rush serviceable in short-term situations where the offense has to adjust to his style of play. But outside of that, Cooper Rush is nothing more than that.
Yeah, and by the way, 12th man off grid, we do have one injury, unfortunately, to report. Chuma Adoga did leave in the second quarter, if I'm not mistaken, with a left ankle injury. Shit. Ooh.
Nice tip. Who did that tip right there?
3?
Number 31. Number 31, 33?
I thought it was number 3.
No, Josh Butler.
Okay.
Josh Butler had 2 out of 3 good plays in this game that he's been picked on. He's done great in 2 of them. One of them he got burned. But Butler,
Chuma was ruled out for the rest of the game. Who's
our official starting left tackle, but it's going to end up probably being number 60, Tyler Guyton, who's our first-round pick.
Yeah, no talk on the severity, but he was able to walk off under his own power to the locker room, so take that however you want.
Yeah. Here we go. 2nd and 20. Cowboys, again, I want to see this is more, not really for a run stop. I want to see how these interior guys do. We're blitzing. Got it out quick, made the tackle there. DeBerry, number 38, makes the tackle, so... Maybe it's 4th and 10 or 3rd and 10 now or 3rd and 8, something like that.
Why are they not showing the clock?
Because this is the Rams channel feed here.
That's so dumb.
They're showing the Cowboys 6, Rams 6.
We know the score. We want to know how much time is left in the quarter.
Probably like 10 minutes
NFL
in a game.
Network.
10 minutes in a game or something like that. Somewhere in that range. Time will fly by faster than you think because we're just trying to figure out these guys.
This is the fastest NFL game you'll ever watch, guys.
It's preseason. 3rd and 20. What? Oh, what happened there? It can't be 3rd and 20. I guess it was 2nd and 20. And they got... I think I know what happened. It was incomplete. Because I think he dropped it. They did such a poor job in showing it. I thought it was incomplete, but he kept running, so I guess he was down and he tackled him.
It was incomplete. Even the cameramen, I guess, are in preseason, huh?
Yeah, the Rams are the whole organization and their media's in preseason. So now they're punting the ball. We get the ball here now.
So since we are at this point in the game, right, I wanted to, before, hit like, sub it up, and hit the bell and all that good stuff, guys, wanted to ask you, for those of you guys who are still chilling with us, so after watching this, who are some of the players that you are looking forward to seeing as we continue on in the rest of this preseason stuff? Because like I said, Cropper wasn't even on my radar. I'm going to be honest. I assumed he was a camp body. I assumed he was just there to exist. I think he's maybe knocking on the door of a spot on the
I'd say there's one spot open, that's sixth spot, and that's between Flournoy, sixth receiver, between Flournoy, between Billy Johnson, and between
Cropper. And I think
Jalen Cropper.
Cropper, as of now, has shown the most, right? I mean, we've seen. I'm just saying, like, he has run really solid routes. He's made some really tough catches. Continued on down the field, and also shown a bit more football awareness than the other guys. Even though I think obviously Flournoy made some bigger mistakes, I just think that Cropper just looked a little bit more.
Flournoy also has had least amount of time there, and he's a rookie. But
again, next preseason game's gonna be big for him.
But I want to ask you a question though. I'm going to
give you an answer.
Here's a comment. I guess I should say more. So here's what it will probably come down to. 2 words: special teams. That's it. You're mostly going to play special teams. So.
Don't forget Jalen Brooks too.
Oh, I have Jalen Brooks on the list. Okay, he's 4th. Okay. Yeah, I know. I got Tolbert and Brooks and Turpin.
Okay,
that's the 3 guys.
Those are the guys that are Yeah,
you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Brandon Cooks, you got Jalen Tolbert, you got Jalen Brooks, you got Kevontae Turpin. That's 5.
Is CeeDee Lamb in the room with us?
I'm just telling you. CeeDee Lamb.
I'm just trying to remind everybody.
But the 6th guy, if we carry a 6th guy, will be probably one of those guys because they have to play special teams. So if you look at special teams, who's the guy playing special teams definitely the most? If I'm not mistaken, it's Cropper and Billy Johnson.
Yeah.
Cropper is doing the kickoffs right now, the punts, but Billy Johnson's also doing the kickoffs and punts as well. So it's between those 2 guys. I think they're beating Flournoy. Flournoy might be the red shirt. They put him on your injured list.
I think that second preseason game will
determine
probably be very telling in the sense of if we see that pattern continue where both of these guys are taking equal amounts of snaps more or less as special teams and getting the chance to be receivers once you're getting to your 2nd, 3rd, 4th stringers and stuff, who gets the most opportunities? Is it one of those things where similar to how Cooper Rush always favored who was it? Wasn't it Tolbert? I think it was Tolbert or something. It was 80. It was 80-something. The point is, you remember last year in preseason where basically the entire time Cooper Rush made any kind of completion, it was always the same freaking receiver. I want to say it's Tolbert.
I remember it used to be Fehoko.
Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, so the thing is that it's a similar thing here where is it just that Trey Lance was able to develop that kind of connection and communication with Cropper so they flow better, right? And you're just not seeing that same flow with the other guys because they're just not at
But he's worked with both those guys, Billy Johnson and Cropper. They both worked with him, so they both shine in different ways. Here's Trey Lance throwing to the right, and it's almost a pick 6. It should have been a pick 6, honestly. It went right through the Rams' hands.
Number 6 saved it.
Yeah, well,
from being a pick.
Was it, or it just hit his hands and
no, he knocked it out of it. He knocked it out of the other guy's hands.
That was just everything that Trey Lance is doing is being choreographed by him. He's telling you where he's going to throw the ball. He's making it easy for these scrubs on the other side.
Unfortunately, he's just showing why he needs the snaps. Yeah, that's the point. Like he's making the argument for us.
Right now, the receivers that are basically in the game are the ones trust. Here's where his talent comes in, running the ball, and he only got 2 yards on that. We're not going to keep a 2-yard quarterback. So the thing is that it's crazy because you're watching the receivers that are in this game now are not. You got a lot of Cropper. I think because Billy Johnson was not even playing that much because they're trying to hold. Because I think he's going to be on this team. So I mean,
maybe that's it too.
They're trying to see if they can earn it. Now it looks like Cropper earned something here, so I think that you might see more Billy Johnson next week with Cropper. It'd be interesting to see how the Cowboys kind of fix things to see how they go into week 2.
So now it's a 3rd and 9 for our Cowboys.
Yeah,
we're just supposed to guess how much time is left.
Shotgun on our own 21. Trey Lance looking, throwing.
Honestly, that was probably one of the best passes he's thrown all day today.
Yeah, the comeback route to the outside there, which is great. But you know what? Please don't tell me that anybody says, "Oh, look, he's good." Now, I could see all the haters of Dak saying, "Look how good he is."
You know what sucks? I think his best pass all night was the one that what's his face dropped.
Yeah, I agree.
That was one of his more impressive passes, just
Trey
because
Lance,
of the speed, the quickness, the read,
the blitzing. Throws it high. Great catch by number 84, McGrath.
Again, the receivers are doing all the heavy lifting here. Okay, Trey Lance is basically saying how far can I push you and your receiver skills? Let's find out. We got some 8-foot-tall men on this team he's throwing to. Because this man just jumped a foot in the air to make that catch.
Cooper Beebe playing the left guard spot. He's dominating it right now. He's just the guy is not even able to. He just stopped rushing. against Cooper Beebe there, playing the left guard. There's the left guard blocking. They ran right behind him, basically. I think Dakota Shepley's the center right now. He don't look very good. But Beebe looking good. Listen, at guard, Beebe's going to be a dominant player. I think that he's going to be the guy taking over Zach Martin eventually. But right now...
By the way, we did see a snap or two from Beebe
in this game. Yeah, and it was good.
And they were good. Yeah, they didn't show him snapping the ball, but we saw the ball end up right where it needed to in front of Trey Lance's face. So
I mean, I would love to see him how he did on those plays, blocking-wise. Because snapping at center is a little different than snapping as a guard. So, let's see what happens here. Trey Lance under the center here. Trey Lance play action. Good. He's got the blocking. He's got time. He's going deep. Great catch there. Again by McGrath, who made some plays.
Another high pass, but yeah, McGrath once again came through. And
26-yard line now. We're on the 26 of the Rams.
Cowboys are really pushing to score a touchdown here, it feels like. Like, that's the energy I'm getting.
I love seeing Beebe in there blocking. Let's see Beebe here. He's double blocking there. Nothing goes through there. Look at that blocking. Great job by Beebe. He just had to help. The throw was high again. Ooh. McGrath is Racy McGrath guy, right? He's a McMath. I'm sorry. This guy has been kind of a low-key guy. He'll definitely, the way he's made some of these catches, he's a guy that can make the practice squad without question. So not enough room on the starting lineup here. Trey Lance looking. Dumps it down. Dangerous territory.
Dangerous, but caught by Billy Johnson.
Not Billy. Cam.
Billy's
13 is out. 13 is out of the game. He's not coming back because he's higher ranked up right now.
Okay, we're going to have to start doing something. Every Cowboy player who shares a first name or a last name with someone else, you got to pick a new name.
There's a Jalen's and then there's the Johnson right now. Oh, Cam's, I'm sorry.
And the Smith. Oh, no, that's right. We don't have the problem with the Smiths
Johnson's,
anymore.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no more Smiths.
Only one Smith.
Mozzie.
Tyler Smith?
So there's two of them.
Oh, sorry. So we sort of have a problem with the Smiths again.
Different side of the ball, though. Still in the trenches. Snoop,
it's kind of funny how they're both in the trenches, isn't it?
Snoop Connor to the right of Trey Lance. And the blitz.
Trash. Gently agrees with you that he basically Trey Lance is telegraphing exactly what he's going to do, like every play.
And there he went to McMath again. And wait, did I say McMath? Who's 84? I don't see who 84 is here. Shit. McMath is 80. That was that play there. It went right through his hands. But I can't see.
I thought 84 was McMath.
No, I know. I thought so too.
Even Scorpio said McMath is trash. Are you sure it's not him?
I just know that they're showing here 80 is McMath, which just went through his hands. 84 is, I think, a guy we just picked up. One of the few guys we just picked up that were new. Here's a blitz up the middle. Trey Lance got to take the hit, but, wide open to McMath. Is it Preston Fant? No, he's 48.
Right? Okay.
Damn it. So that right there is going to tell me that McMath gets cut. The math means he's going to get cut soon, by cut day.
By the way, Shepley's in at center and BB is in at left guard, just so you guys know what that shuffle is. So again, he's getting
the field goal,
a variety of snaps at different positions. It really lets you know the Cowboys are, I think, still trying to figure out best usage for BB.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, in a good way. Like, what does he do well? What is he best at?
With 6 minutes and 12 seconds for the win, Brandon Aubrey's about to kick a 33-yard field goal here. He should make it. He does. Easy money.
Yeah. Right down the middle, guys.
That's all you want from your kicker.
Perfect.
Again, we might get the win. Who gives a shit? Injuries. That's what matters. Special teams, we're going to see it now once again, the new special teams thing. And, again, Billy Johnson's been out of this one. It's been what's his name? Jalen Cropper. It's going to be taking this one back if they even take it back. Remember, guys, I think there was only one kickoff that was taken back right now. Everyone's kind of just taking it at the 30 instead of, all right, we'll kick it out of bounds out of the back of the end zone, and we'll make it 30-yard line. I think actually if it gets out of the end zone, I think it goes to the 40. So you got to kick it in that range of the end zone all the way up to the 20. It has to fall in that range. If it goes out of bounds anyway, it's the 40-yard line.
By the way, I did want to take a second shout out to Patrick Walker, Voice of the Star, because he actually said, on the upside, Trey Lance didn't get picked off because he's overthrowing. Just saying, better to overthrow than underthrow, just because underthrowing leads to interceptions. Overthrowing leads to nobody catching it. Not saying that somehow that's a good thing, but it's certainly better than the alternative outcome, and I can't disagree with that point. So I figured I would throw that out there real quick. I'm actually just doing a quick injury check.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Since we've been just only because moving BB around, I'm like, we did that for football reasons and not injury reasons, right? So I'm just being extra thorough here on my side.
I want to hit the chat.
As of now, it looks like everyone, thankfully.
Scorpio said McMath is going to be subtracted from the team. And
I
Sully
think Jerry
agrees.
needs to do some McMath.
Yeah, I know. He needs to do better McMath when it comes to signing CeeDee Lamb. Jet Li in the house, 12th man, off grid. Talk to Sully, also agrees. McMath, bye-bye. Raul.
Yes.
And
I don't disagree, 12th man, but remember, this is preseason.
Yeah.
Genuinely, really, truly, down to the deepest bottom of my heart. Doesn't matter who wins. We win by not having guys get hurt, and we win by seeing these deep depth guys.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you phrase that properly.
Yeah, some of these rookies,
we see them
how they
step up and stand out. Now, the one nice thing about today, and I'll let you speak after this, my love, is that at least we got to see what we're working with, and it's clear that some players need this time and need these snaps.
And it shows Trey Lance needs...
He's one of them.
Yeah, he's a big issue here.
So,
now, I do want to say, speaking of winners,
yeah,
at the end of this stream, we're going to announce a couple winners here on MCF for the last 2 weeks. But first, the sponsor of the week, all the way from Australia, one of the few star-level members left here. It's Mr. Lincoln Kane, LC. Much love to him. In Australia, repping that. Star of everything, baby.
Worldwide.
But he wasn't just repping it there. He's done the sponsor of the week 3 weeks in a row at kickoff. Can we get a stop? We do to the 30.
But there's a flag.
There's a flag. Someone might have moved or something, right? So the thing I'm trying to say is big shout outs to Lincoln Kane. Thank you, sir, for the for your 3 weeks of domination, really 4 weeks of domination here, and his extra raffle entries for the Star Over Everything raffle, which is has been skimmed, it seems right now. Now I will want to say that the of course he wasn't just 3 weeks in a row as our sponsor of the week. He was also
the Cash App King.
The king of the Cash App. Yes, 3, well, not 1, not 2, but 3 weeks in a row. Lincoln Kane, Cash App King. Big shout out to him once again, repping that star all the way in Australia. Mark Hovsepian, 84 points in the stream boss. The one player we don't know is his actual name here. And on top of that, we have Skeptical Fan, staying skeptical. He's the man who won, yes, the gifting membership. Appreciate him. A big shout out to Skeptical Fan. He ran the first 3 months of domination when we have that feature. And then after that, recently, it was 9 out of 10 weeks for Jet Li 44.
That's right.
But he took the L last week, unfortunately, to Skeptical Fan, who's holding it down. But currently, right now, and we announce a winner. I think we need one entry, right?
Yeah.
One person gets it, probably wins it, unless there's a battle. That's all we need for a champion on that side. And then, when it comes to the Cash App side and the overall leader for this week, who's going to be named... It looks like they may be named the new winners next week here. Chill Pill, who dominated on the After Dark sessions.
Chilling like a pillin'.
Yes, and dominated in the Cash App side. So big shout out to Chill Pill.
Yeah. Thank you guys, by the way, in the chat who let us know that there were offsetting penalties there.
Yes, on both sides.
That. So
6 minutes. Dougie Fresh, you're on. 6 minutes. I was gonna say 6 minutes and the game is over.
But
Jet Li in the membership. In the Navy
gotta
Blue
wait 6
crew.
minutes for that. Shout out to you, Jet Li 44, repping it in that Navy Blue.
Much love, yes.
Now you know you get to drop them because you got them.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jet Li. I have to admit, it's still
drop
hard
the
for me to
Rams
remember.
hate. We got the Rams hate in there. Drop that.
I want to call you your
Again,
actual name so badly.
It's a kickoff again. We got to stop this time though to the 24.
Okay, yeah, that was much better than last time. At least.
Yes. We boxed up the middle there. That's what you want. Interesting how it's working out. Is a penalty again, though. Uh-oh. So it's another flag. And now it's under 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. Big shout out to Jet Li 44, back in the membership. Even though,
I think it's on them,
he's always been a star level. He's always been a star level.
I think it's on them, though.
All right. I'm just saying, it's a flag,
holding,
yeah. So it's going to have to be redone.
I'm saying the first time we fucked up.
It goes back 5 yards on that.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Still, I just don't want penalties.
12th man is in the membership as Jet Li says, give me that part of the board. He wants to get the membership.
Thank you so much,
side.
Jet Li 44, showing and sharing the love here on the MCF side of things. And
I'll fix the
as of
leaderboard
now,
right now.
We'll be finishing up, this week as MCF's gifted membership king.
Yeah, right
so
now.
Thank you so much, Jet Li.
We know Skeptical Fan always likes to fight it out, but he's throwing it, and it's dumped down, and it is a big gain for the goddamn Rams.
They just got like 25 yards. Jet Li 44 said, hold up, wait a minute. I'm not done yet.
He don't want no one catching him.
Because I got to show the love again, Raul. Congrats to you. Much love. Thank you so much, JetLee44.
Yes.
He just gifted another membership there, so now
Much
he's up
love.
2.
Yeah,
he said, let me make sure I got this.
Make sure no one tries.
Locked in.
Make sure no one tries me, I think is what he's saying.
That's right.
Appreciate you again, the man, JetLee44. Which was on that side of things, I know exactly where you're going to go on this list here, and I'm doing that as we speak. There's a good job by Mohammed getting involved. And who made the tackle out there? Who is that? I can't see. I can't.
By the way, Talk to Silly said preseason games are boring. So one thing I will say, I like the speed of the preseason games. I wish that we could have that somehow in a regular game. I understand why we don't. Okay, let me make that clear.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if all the games had this fast-paced momentum. You know, some of my favorite, kind of games when I think back on it and stuff like that are those games where, like, by the time you get to halftime, you're like, holy shit, how'd we get here?
Yeah.
Because it's just nonstop, just bam, bam, bam. To me, that just shows not just
time.
speed,
He's going to get hit. Interception, Cowboys.
Yeah,
there's the undrafted guy, Mogensen.
And that's how you end a fucking football game.
Boop. 4 minutes and 32 seconds. And it's been, 4 picks in this game by the defense?
And they made a pick in every quarter.
And where did it happen, baby? And I know it was a linebacker, but it happened in pass coverage in the secondary, which is Mike Zimmer's bread and butter. Mm-hmm. And Al Harris.
It's the backfield.
And the Al Harris, his sprinkling of Al Harris is what makes his defensive backfield something to be reckoned with this year. I know we're dealing with backups, but we have our backups in. I understand. But the point is that they know where they're supposed to be. They're working nicely together. It's a fluid movement, and everyone's where they're supposed to be. That was a horrible decision.
I like that comment. He said, welcome back, MCF. New season, new life. Breathe some new life into this team,
That's the way we got to do it. That's what, me,
Teach
man.
these old dogs
I'm a star
tricks.
I'm a Cowboys fan for life.
Always.
Might be down and disappointed about things, but we always rep that star. I don't give a good goddamn. That's the way we do it.
It's so impressive you're still here.
Yeah, I love that.
It's so impressive you're still here.
Thank you for the watch time, man. Appreciate it.
So Talk to Sully also said there's not as many commercials too, which helps with the flow of the game.
Yeah.
But again,
there's Trey Lance getting out of the pocket. I'm sorry, he's rolling left, rolling right, running the ball. Hold on to the goddamn ball. Don't fumble. I mean, he came in scramble well.
Does that count as a sack?
And is that who's hurt there? Is that Let's Go? Look, he's dead. No, it's Josh Ball, who I don't really care. I mean,
he's not really hurt. He's just
he could be off the team for all I care.
Winded.
Yeah. Sounds
on. So, but yeah, Roka, Sherry is always caring because he two times. You can't say it once, you got to say it 2 times. So, but yeah, East Side again, three field goals, very impressive. Again, what's so impressive about what the Texans have done?
Yeah.
Literally anything.
This is preseason, bro. It's not that big of a deal. There's one of the Burnett, number 6. We just freshly signed him.
Like, I'm pretty sure the Cowboys have had more impressive shits than the Texans, but anyway. Man, it looks like a holding on us here.
3 minutes and 45 seconds, and you guys, as we said, we'll do a quick outro.
Pretty clean game
and
for us.
It out. Yeah,
surprisingly.
For a first preseason game, definitely.
Well, just again, even for preseason, we tend to play sloppy.
Yeah,
Let's be real. Penalties is something that we have never really been able to get past. So I just appreciate when we have these moments, even all the way to the deepest depths of our team. They're playing a clean game.
I want to say something else here because Jet Li did take over. Of course, currently the leader with 2 gifted memberships, but he is at 18th right now, tied on this board. Just wanted to shout him out there, and overthrown by Trey Lance. And I also want to shout out in the family here some others that dropped, like Mary Alvarez, who is currently tied for 23rd, and Skeptical Fan, who is above everybody currently on this list here at 12th. But Skeptical Fan, of course, probably be passing the baton of the gifting championship over to Jet Li 44. I'm not sure if Skeptical's in the house, but if he isn't, or he is, he's saying if he ever wants to reclaim a back-to-back like our 90s Cowboys, it would have to be now. Because we're closing it out right afterwards. Trey Lance almost gets just rocked. Drops it off to Snoop Connor. He gets rocked. We lose about 4 yards. Again, there's going to be... They're playing for the one last drive.
Yeah.
You got to remember, it's 4th down now, I think. So now you got to remember, you kind of want to have a close game because if you're either team, because you want to see how your offense, if you're the Rams, are going to produce in a 2-minute situation.
Both sides, I think, took advantage of some situational football moments.
Agreed, for sure. The Rams had chances to take the lead, and they decided to go for it. So it's the same thing goes both ways. But to me, it's more important to figure out how our defense is going to play.
Like you said, are we ever actually in a real life game situation going to kick a 65, 66
And this one's a long ass field goal. This one's going down the pike here by Brandon Aubrey.
He knocked it through. 55?
It had to be long.
50-something. Someone let us know if you know exactly
I just
how
couldn't
many.
hear it.
Well,
they don't show it either.
They didn't show it or say it. They just.
Yeah.
That's why I said if someone happens to know. Here, let me try to see if I can find how many.
He made it.
Let me see.
He made it through it again. It's
from 52. So 52. There you go. I was not too far off.
Yeah, 52 yards, which again is something that I want to see him make on all the time. I know it sounds like a 50-yarder is tough, but good kickers hit 50-yarders, 52-yarders, 53-yarders pretty regularly. And I think he can be that way. I think he can do those things. Yeah. So I'm glad.
One nice thing about these preseason games is the players get interviewed on the side from the reporters and stuff. So Tyler Smith started spitting bars. We'll see if you can show that on a short here one of these days. And Jake Ferguson apparently told the players a quote from tight end coach Linda Wells. He told the team saying, quote, "You don't want to blend in with the grass because the grass gets cut." Obviously, that just means you have to do something to stand out on the field. You have to do something to show your skill set, your worth, while you're playing. If you blend in with the grass, if you disappear during a preseason game, you're cut. So it just is nice to hear the kind of insight there. Not just that, but I don't want to say the leadership stepping it up, but the whole point is that the next generation is always going to be the next generation of leaders. Ferguson is obviously one of those guys that is expected to take that mantle.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see him sharing that knowledge and feedback that he's gotten even in his short time playing. 100%. So, but 4 interceptions, man. I'm sorry. That's a nice thing to walk out of. Yeah, I think from this. The biggest thing I don't think it's that we're gonna win every game. Let me go blow my nose. I'm sorry.
I don't think it's gonna be we're gonna win every game because we got interceptions and I don't think it's gonna be anything like that. I think it's more. I think it shows Zimmer's. That's the bigger thing. It shows Zimmer's scheme is very, very well working there. There's a blitz going on right there. The cameraman sucks horribly. False start.
I'm just saying, everyone
no. Yeah.
Others were
also a false start for the offense, so that didn't count with 2:49 to go. But yeah, and like the wife is saying, like I said earlier, you're seeing it's good. It's good. It feels good in my heart. The biggest thing on defense is that even all the picks, I don't really care as much, but they're in the right place, right time against shitty talent. But we also have our backups and our shittier talent, and they know where to be at. So in that sense, it's a good sign, but it's bigger. Because it shows me that the Cowboys are understanding the scheme of Zimmer. That makes me feel much better about coming in there week 1 and nobody knowing what the fuck's going on. If these backups and third stringers and fourth stringers, they know what they're doing out there, that means the starters know what they're fucking doing out there.
Yeah, by the way, JumpTube wants to know yay or nay on the new kickoff rules. I have to admit, as of now, it's more of a nay in the sense of it still looks very weird to me.
Yeah, it's still. I'm indifferent. I'm waiting to see what tricks will be coming from this in the regular season. Not a lot of teams are going to give away their stuff in preseason.
But he didn't ask you. You felt about it.
I know. I mean, it's the same as last year at this point, and we'll see. I mean, when we have more returns, it's still too small of a sample right now to judge it. In my opinion, that's why I'm not saying a yay or nay. I'm going to wait.
Again, like I said,
it's not. I was hoping to be a yay right off the bat.
Before I saw it, I was fully on the yay train.
Blitz. Oh, sack.
There we go. Finally.
No, but that was a blitz from the crazy side.
Hey, I don't care. This is what I signed up to see this preseason.
Undrafted rookie Jason Johnson from UCF. Alma mater.
Oh, nice.
That's right.
Anyway. Shout out to him.
Sack.
That's awesome.
Boom. It was a big hit, too. It came like a missile. Just blew him up.
That also means we get to end the game, if I'm not mistaken. That was the second or third down? Or was that a first down? Sorry, that was the second down. So now it's 3rd and 18. Sorry, I wasn't sure where we were at there.
Oh, they got timeouts. They're going to stop the clock, baby. There you go. So, 2:11 to go. Stop them short.
Like a 4th and 6.
They're going for it.
I know.
We know that.
Good. We need the practice, too, defensively.
I want to see the defense come in there. And, again, you got to remember, forget about the players making the plays now. Pretend it's your defense, your starters against their starters. Those are the kind of things you're going to see from Zimmer. The blitz on that 2nd and 9. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things you're going to see from the Zimmer mindset. And that's what I'm looking at more than the players at this point.
Talk Man Off Grid also said that some of the rule changes, like the kickoff stuff, it feels more like college. Like it gives it more of that, or that preseason has more of a college-like feel to it.
Yeah, well, no, the kickoffs have a college feel because you see them all waiting, and it prevents injury. I like that, but interception again, the 5th interception of the Cowboys off the tip of his hands. Number 39.
Oh, there's a flag though.
Imani Johnson, rookie, undrafted rookie, making the pick off the hands of the receiver. Not sure what the penalty was, but if it's on us, it's a first down for them. They're saying hold?
Sounds like a hold, but
It could be defensive holding.
Yeah.
First down for the Rams. So 4 interceptions still.
All right, well, that's probably why we got the pick.
2-minute warning wasted, though, for the Rams.
Hey, we still, look, in our hearts, we still got 5 picks. What I'm saying is that's impressive as heck. I don't care if it's against 3rd, 4th, 5th stringers. It's not like every preseason game you're seeing teams get 5 interceptions.
I want to jump to said 5 picks, but I want to make sure. Yeah,
Seems like Zimmer.
That's off the board, though.
Zimmer's scheme.
Yes.
He's putting these guys in a position for them to make these plays.
I mean, there was good coverage, right? Even though it hit off the receiver's hands, it had to be a good pass. It wasn't a good pass.
Yeah, he still had to be there
right.
in that.
Our guy was on coverage with him, making it a high pass, and then it tipped off his fingers, and he had a guy behind him ready to get the pick. So it was a great job by the defense to always have their eyes forward, knowing where the ball is and knowing where they need to be. The main thing about Zimmer's defense is all the players got to know what each other have to do. Like, the defensive tackle got to know what the safety's going to be doing. Yeah. He's got to know what the corner is doing and the linebackers are doing. It's like you have to play almost in their position so you know, okay, now I see what he's doing, how important my job is.
Scorpio and Raul both said, by the way, that they missed the Rams' hold on the O-line. Preseason for the refs, too.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not going to cry about it.
Yeah, it's I will save my tears for the regular season when they do that shit against us.
And they'll do it. But we also had a hold earlier, and they didn't call it on us. So the refs are playing a little bit like their preseason form, and also taking it a little easy.
For the most
but they need to call it the way they're going to call it in the games, because then players are going to say, I can do those little holes in the game, and then I'm going to get called in a regular season game, and we're going to be bitching about it. Yeah. So the refs got to get better too. They're in preseason mode. They got to get better than that shit. Come on. So. Yeah, I mean, now we're going to see the bottom of the depth chart here. That's why you saw the linebackers and the, I say the linebacker and the tight end from UCF because they're unfortunately going to be probably on the cut list here.
Yeah, this is their probably only few handful of weeks that they get to rep the Dallas Cowboys before they're no longer repping the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, but I'm going to say, the new guy we picked up, Shaka Tony, didn't see much from him. Muhammad, I got to say, I liked what he did. Al-Qadim Muhammad, I think he actually was involved at least.
I swear I saw Shaka Tony once.
Number 72.
I swear I saw him once.
I might have missed him.
Maybe
I was gone for one drive, so.
I know, but I don't know. Not sure. Hey, even Philly, a Philly fan, clearly, said that he saw the hold by the Rams O-line. Well, hey, you didn't hear from us.
We know that regular season, preseason, playoffs, we know the Cowboys always get shafted when it comes to penalties. We all know that, even the Eagle fans. So it is what it is. What we're gonna do. And again, we will have our raffle. I mean, I guess I could do it now, but I'm not. I guess I'm gonna do the raffle now for that jersey for the month of July. Let me put it that way. So I'll make sure I have the right people and the right names for it. But because we had some switches up in there. But yes, we'll be having that very soon here. Probably the next time we go live, which will probably be maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday this week. Probably Tuesday.
Actually, I'm going to be optimistic and say hopefully it's tomorrow when CeeDee Lamb gets signed.
There you go.
Optimism.
Yeah.
Positivity. Oh man!
I wouldn't put too much when it comes to this front office.
The 2-minute warning, by the way, guys.
2-minute warning on that play. The shotgun on their own 36. He's looking down the field, dumps it down to the 40. Quick tackle there by number 33, which I'm surprised they even give out that number, honestly. But that's Julius Wood.
They usually do only during preseason.
They have to use all the numbers. But 33 is Julian Wood. That's going to be a false start.
False start. By the way, thank you for that. I didn't want to misspeak because I saw someone ask, when did the Cowboys play again? I know they play the Raiders in Vegas. I just didn't know exactly when. Saturday. So Saturday night. So I think that's the game time. Yeah. They got confused with today's Sunday afternoon.
Usually the Cowboy games always play they play at 7, 8, 9.
We do get the later ones, and I'm guessing part of that is because we're on the West Coast.
Yeah,
for the most part,
right? Yeah, when we always play we always practice in Oxnard in California. So we always play either the Rams, the Chargers, or the Raiders in preseason almost every year. And then we play last week. I think we had Jacksonville, and this year we get who we play. We literally play the Rams this week. Next week we play the Raiders. Yeah. Both teams in there and away because those are, we're there already in California and Vegas. And then we come back to Dallas. We play at home against the Chargers, who we usually play sometimes out in preseason because they're out there as well as the same stadium as the Rams. So it could have been Rams, it could be the Chargers. It doesn't really matter. But either way, it's preseason. I'm glad that both teams are playing. Not really. This is a situational. They're trying to win because it's situational. See if their plays or their game plan works on both sides for the Rams and for the Cowboys. So the first down for them.
Yeah, and they're trying to move quick and score something here. So
I'm gonna say this: when people ask me about what do you think about our interior defense, I really like what I saw from Justin Rogers from the inside there. Justin Rogers, number 96. He's a 7th-round rookie from Auburn. He's a space eater.
And I think they're going to call that a flag on us for hitting a defenseless receiver.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I think that when I watch the defensive front, and I know some of you guys may be a little ahead of us, but I know they stopped the game right now for the injury. Watch number 96, Justin Rogers. I think he's had a great, quarter and a half of play. And, again, I think he's better than Carl Davis, who's in front of him on the depth chart. Is the personal foul. I think Denzel Daxon will make the team only because he's an international player. So he'll be the exemption player, and one on the practice squad. I've written off. There's Shaka Tony right there, not even turning around. He's getting
so 53 basically. It wasn't so much the first hit as much as it was hitting the helmet.
That's Buddy Johnson, isn't it? No, who's that? 53? Oh, that's Jason Johnson. He got the pick. UCF. Like I said, he's going to be cut. Oh. He's one of the cut guys eventually.
Football giveth and football taketh away. I just hope that Rams player is okay. It looks like the first initial tackle, I guess, hit him wrong in kind of the hip butt area. Because you saw him kind of grabbing it and rocking on the ground there.
Clapping it out, though.
It looks like he's standing up and maybe walking off now.
Minute 15 to go in the game.
Okay, so he's sitting up right now.
Yeah.
So they called it a commercial break while they.
I'm looking at the backups, and the one that stood out after Mozzie and Osa, Viliami Fehoko has still a lot to do. I do not like what I've seen from him. Is this the new GTA? No. Okay, no, I thought it was GTA. I'm like, are they doing GTA here? So Fehoko has been. I'd say he was a negative for me today. Carl Davis, I haven't seen him, and he didn't even play that well. Anyways. Denzel Daxon is an exemption international player, and the other guy behind Osa and Mozzie is Justin Rogers, number 96, who I think has done great. Now, we do have a new guy as well, number 68, who is, what's his name? The guy we just traded for, or picked up, Albert Huggins, who we picked up there. He's number 68. He's been in there, and he actually looked all right on a play or two, but the main guys, I think, Justin, inside. I'm talking about interior defensive tackle. I'm looking at Justin Rogers, our 7th-round pick, as a true viable guy who makes the team as a specialist to kind of stop the run, maybe even situational stuff. Definitely goal line stuff. The guy seems to be a natural there. As a rookie, it's hard to find a guy that can take that kind of interior push.
Yeah.
And you see him in there. He's got I think he's the one with his belly out and the fucking number rolled up.
And yes, guys, GTA 6 will be a family event because I will be getting it and Mr. MCF will be getting it.
Denzel Dixon also in there, by the way.
We're not going to both fight over it.
Look at him. 96 gets in there. Now he's getting pushed back, but he got in. He got the initial pushback. I know he got pushed down as he went down the line. You start losing your power to do that. As a rookie, it's going to be a lot. But I'm watching number 96 there. He has his jersey rolled up. Watch him play. He's over center right there as a one tech to the right of the center there. But again, this is a passing play. He's not going to be very viable there. And there it is. Boom. Out of bounds. First down. 49 seconds. They're coming for the win, guys. That's the way it is. And again, don't freak out if they win. Remember that.
Oh, no. The horror. They won a preseason game. Again, number one thing is health, and it looks like we will be walking out of the stadium 99.9% intact. Chuma is the only injury, and like I said,
of major concern
as of
right now that we know.
You know, the severity of it is unknown.
Mogensen was out of position there. He let him get a first. This is again. If I'm the Cowboys, I don't care about winning. I just want to see a drive for the Cowboys. I want the Cowboys to have a 2-minute drive.
Remember, the last time we took over the offense after that pick, we literally got negative yards. We went backwards.
Cowboys call timeout now. You got to call timeout if you're the Cowboys. Not to win. Guys, I don't care about winning. I want the Cowboys to have Trey Lance to have a shot.
So the Rams called the timeout instead.
Did they?
They did.
Shit, good. Listen, if you're about, listen, maybe Mike McCarthy and the offense and the staff, the coaches, maybe they're like, you know what? This is win or lose here. But if I want to evaluate situational football, I want to see Trey Lance. And he's not very good, Trey Lance, at managing so far, right? Will he be better when it's kind of like you've seen Dak when he goes to the 2-minute drill? He's even a better quarterback. So I'm wondering, maybe there's that trait in Trey Lance as well, right? I would save 20 seconds and use Trey Lance and this offense to try to get into field goal range and have Aubrey kick a 70-yarder. I don't give a fuck, but do the crazy shit you do now. Get it out of your system now, McCarthy. Test and strain the players you need strain. This is what you need it for. I don't give a fuck if we make it or not. I don't care if who wins this game. If Cowboys win, it's the star. Great. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
It's about seeing the things I just mentioned. Can the defense stop them? Can the offense drive into field goal range with Trey Lance? Can Aubrey make a 65-yarder? He missed the first one. Can he kick this one? We lose, but let's try. Don't just end the game with 4 seconds and take a knee. Like that I don't want to see that either. I want to make sure we have enough time to show something of offense. But 2nd and goal. And they kind of moved there back off the line, but all right. They're snapping it, 2nd and goal from the 7. Quarterback's looking, takes a sack. Nope. He got out, but he got stopped. I'd call the timeout. The Cowboys are not.
The Rams called their timeout.
They're playing this for the win here. Again, this is basically it. There's not even not going to be enough time for Trey Lance to move them down the field. So it's going to have to be like a miracle Hail Mary probably.
No, so. I think it seems like the Cowboys are just letting the time run
out. So they're content on not seeing a 2-minute drill.
I mean, I'm guessing they've seen enough attempts at a 2-minute drill from Trey Lance for today.
We've seen enough attempts from Trey Lance on easier shit than that, and it's not worked out. So, yeah. But I was just saying maybe you push him at that level, maybe he'll look a little better because he's out running, moving his athleticism. I think
McCarthy's just thanking his lucky stars he didn't get picked off. And I'm leaving it there.
I'm thanking the lunatic with all his drops of all the emojis
all
you get.
The hateration.
Yes. And today you saw Jason Renfro take over. He's going to take over, it looks like.
He shared the love and the hateration
2 times.
Allowance.
Two times. And appreciate him there. Appreciate it to the 2 people. Who were the 2? I know we had 12th man. And Raul in the house.
Yeah, so, of course, Skeptical Fan and Mary Alvarez also dropping the love today. Cash App and Super Chat, respectively.
Yes, thank you guys as well on that big time here. It goes out of bounds. Out of bounds. 4th and goal with 11 seconds.
They ran over the ref.
Yeah, the ref.
Accidentally.
The ref got up with no hat and still was doing like the incomplete. That's a trooper for you.
Was that a 3rd down?
That was 4. That was 3rd. That was 4th. Okay.
So now 4th and goal. 11 seconds left.
So here we go. So again, when you look at this, it's just about this is only about can the Cowboy defense hold up a 4th time and show out and look good.
I mean, they technically held up all games. So,
I mean, listen, they did well. They did great this game, no matter what happens in this play. But the point is like when the pressure's on, can you stop them in that big time? And again, these are our backups, so not really that important. A little bit of pressure. Damn it, Justin Rogers. Yeah, he's
damn. That was a Mahomes type pass too. He kind of went
sidearm there, but fuck. So, anyways, I mean, I never want to see the Cowboys lose, but it is.
Yep, Chips Hadley, what's up? That's the game. It is what it is, right?
How much time we got?
Maybe they'll miss.
I literally said 4 seconds. It won't matter. Remember in the overtime. So I guess it'd be a tie.
9, 8, 7, 6. 5. Yeah, 4. Wow, exactly 4 seconds left on the clock, baby. Nostradamus.
So here's what are you gonna do on a kickoff? See what I would do. Here's what I would do. Is let's have some fun with it, right? Let Fossil.
Fun and McCarthy are not 2 things I find mutually exclusive. Just saying.
Let Fossil do his thing, and I guess you don't want to show it off either.
Yeah.
But practice something that's really, really tough to do on this return. Fuck it. That or take a knee in the end zone. Take it at the 30. And Hail Mary.
I think that's what they're going to do. Just take the knee and call it a day.
Or take the knee. No, take the knee in the end zone, let's say on the kickoff. And then what you do is you have you got Aubrey go in there and kick a 78-yard field goal for the win. If the Rams kick it out of bounds, we get to the 40. That would be a 77-yard kick. Let's go.
With our luck,
let's go.
We try to run a singular play, and someone's going to tear a hamstring. Like, let's just not.
Jet Li, please, brother. It's preseason. It doesn't matter. The score, do you care that much about the score? I mean, I can see the Cowboys win. It's nice. by far the least important thing.
Asmodeus is just cracking up like 78 yards.
I'm just saying, 77-yard kick. Let's go.
It's only like 13 more yards than the 65-yarder we attempted.
Brett Aubrey's gonna, shoot steroids in his leg and just fucking kick that shit all the way up.
Preseason doesn't count for, like, if you break a record in preseason, that doesn't count, right? Like, if you somehow kick the 66-yard field goal, it doesn't count.
Matter, no.
Okay,
just for shits and giggles, you know what I mean? No, you know what I mean?
No, thank you.
No, shits and giggles, we should do that. Let's see.
Scorpius said season's over, we're done.
That's it, game over. That's it. Season's over. We lost preseason.
Now, Don Oliver said, it's only a preseason game, but says only a team with the losing mentality. Not one good team doesn't fight to win. Preseason wins give a lot of confidence for players and teams.
I agree. Especially, but again, right now we got the everybody there knows that we have the fourth and fifth stringers on this team. So you take that with a grain of salt in this situation. I'm trying to see what they're doing here as far as lining up. I see Fossil.
I'd feel differently if any starters played for a significant amount of time in this game.
Fossil shaking his arms in the air, and he's waving.
McCarthy heard you. It sounds like they're doing some shit here on special teams.
That's what I'm saying. You might as well listen. This is your best chance to score. It might be a throwback to the other side.
Well, Delintic said, so you're saying there's still a chance?
I'm just saying.
We're saying there's still a chance.
Throw it to the other side of the. I'm not saying it to win. I'm saying it to. Let's see how this kickoff rule can hold up when you want to do a trick play. There he goes, returning it. Gone. Pitch it back.
No.
It's over if you don't pitch it back.
Okay, it's over.
Okay, that's it.
He's
still going. He's still going. He's gone. Touchdown.
Oh, there we go. And that officially brings us to the end of today's stream, guys.
Is the end.
Again, I'm going to go ahead and do some final shout-outs here. But speaking of final shout-outs, got to give the final shout-outs to our current Cash App King and sponsor of the week.
You know it.
3 weeks in a row. The man LC, Mr. Lincoln Kane. Of course, a big mahalo to Marco Seppian. He's got 83 points up there on the board.
Still hanging on there, hanging on. Number 83 is Brooks.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wrong Jalen. Excuse me. And of course, passing on the crown, the membership gifting king, Skeptical Fan.
Yeah.
Hands the torch off to Jet Li 44 this upcoming week.
Now, what is that? Not 10 out of 12 weeks
for
Jet Li 44. Appreciate him as he came in and swept that away at the last minute. Big shout outs to the man, Jet Li 44 on that side of things. But we also have to tell you there's also been a replacement at the top. And this was kind of long time coming. It's going to reset tomorrow. Keep that in mind too. And tomorrow I'm going to start to do something different so you guys get this. And I hope everyone's listening here. But I will only count the drops for here. Like the after dark stuff was going to stay after dark.
Yeah, now that we've got
we're in the season,
football
we're rolling
officially. You know,
I said I'd do it after the first preseason game. I keep my word. So after this first preseason game, it comes down to the drops here. If you are on after dark, you want to be on this leaderboard or try to get in the raffle and all that stuff, you drop it over there. It's not going to count. Over there, we got others that counts for timing out people. It counts for.
All sorts of things.
Yeah, shots and other fun stuff that we do there. But music request. But that's going to stay on that side. This side, we'll intertwine it for the off season. We'll probably do it again next off season. But for the regular season, for these next 5-6 months, it's going to be after dark stays after dark on that side of things and the donations and love there. And on this side, it's going to stay on this side. So and that goes memberships and and weekly winners and all that stuff. But I do want to say the last weekly winner we do have to announce from the After Dark combo is a big one because she took it over. That's Chill Pill. Big shout outs to her. Chill Pill with the domination, the 2-week domination. I can't even say the total because she dominated it. So thank you, Chill Pill. Respect to her. She's got not just the Cash App King here, but she's the sponsor of the week. The last one from the After Dark until next off season. And then we're rolling full blast here at My Cowboys Family. with a lot of you guys. I'm sure going to be on this board taking the wins.
That's right.
So we got winners over there too, and you know, and fun over there. So appreciate Chill Pill, LC, and everybody else, McLovin, who've been rocking it there. But now we're going to see the names like Skeptical Fan, Jetly44, and many others. You know, Marco Seppi and those guys will be representing the boards here, getting a chance to win some of these jerseys.
Let me do the shout-outs before.
I know. I am. I just got to give the big shout-outs to them. And I know we got family thing here in about 10 minutes, so we're out of here in about 2. Back to you, baby.
12-man off grid, take it easy. Dustin Roberts, much love. He said, looks like the defense is picking up Zimmer's scheme. Love to see it.
That's the thing we would like to come out of this game.
Scorpio agreeing. I like what we've seen on defense.
Yes.
Philly saying, you know, that responding to Don Oliver, who said, anyone who's not fans upset for losing his game should answer why the Rams head coach is ecstatic with his win. Philly said that, you know, McVay just loves competition. I don't disagree with your general thought or point that we are just too soft in Dallas, and that we say, oh, all these things don't matter, when in reality they do. I still agree with my initial statement of preseason only matters as far as staying healthy, or, you know, preseason doesn't matter because it doesn't matter if you don't have your number 1 wide receiver for the entire preseason, because, you know, it doesn't matter, right? Anyway, Dill Lunatic, much love, he said, deadlines make deals is a terrible strategy.
Horrible.
Clearly. Skeptic Fan, much love, he said, can we have old Greer back? Because he's better than Trey Lance.
He is. At this point, he is. I just wanted to say that, you know, when you look at these situations when it comes to preseason, I understand the viewpoint of, you know, you want to get the win so you can pump up your team and feel good. But the veterans, they know this is hollow. It's the young guys, maybe this helps a little bit more with them if you win a game and they're part of it.
Team's made up of 33% young guys, so maybe it has more of an impact than we want to admit. Kenzie Banza will be live again on Tuesday unless CeeDee Lamb decides to get signed tomorrow.
Well, Tuesday or Wednesday, because Tuesday could be an issue. We had some stuff going on there. But
true.
Yeah, so it might have to be Wednesday.
But fingers crossed Tuesday, if not Wednesday for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Or CeeDee Lamb, that'll be any day.
Yes.
That happens.
Oh, yes. This is the end.
We'll try to do an update on that, quick update on like, hey, he's signed, and then we'll do his live stream that night.
Fingers crossed, Jump Tube CD does get signed this week. Please. Please. Well, let me keep rolling back here with the shout-outs, of course. We have Mr. Chips Hadley. Deuce is hurt.
Deuce Vaughn,
he was dealing with it. Was it hamstring?
Yeah, hamstring.
So he was not active today. I don't think he was even on the sidelines.
And number 27, Royce Freeman also had
inactive.
I think had a groin issue.
Yeah, so. Johnny Woods, take it easy. He said, no more Michigan Wolverines. Mozzie's a young man. He's not in shape at all. Smells like a Taco Charlton again.
I wouldn't say that. Mozzie's definitely been playing better. He didn't play much this game. But he's looking better.
We've seen the improvement. Let's see where it goes.
Yes, I think he's definitely improved from last year. And maybe in Zimmer's scheme will be better as well.
Raul, much love. Take it easy. Of course, Scorpio representing. Asmodeus in the house. Jetly44, much love to you. Even you, Lee Side Herald, who finds our Dallas Cowboys much more entertaining than your own Texans. He
didn't watch Houston Texans. He watches the Cowboys. Scorpio said, Chuma Doga update in a walking boot. You know what I'm saying? Again, hope it's not that bad, but you know, walking boots usually could be bad or it could be precautionary. We'll have to wait and see. And obviously by Wednesday when we go live again, we'll know the severity on that. Hopefully not too bad.
Skeptical said, Chuma in a boot, there's our O-line. There goes our O-line.
No, because that's I know. He's being the sarcastic. Oh, there goes the season. But Tyler Guyton now has to be a man. It must move up to whether it was going to be a couple of weeks. Now it might be right away against Myles Garrett, week 1 against the Browns. So he's got to be ready.
Thank you, Scorpio, by the way, for that update. Again, seems like we managed to get through that preseason game exactly how we wanted. Can't wait to see the rest of the fallout as we continue to get more breakdowns on the things that people have seen. Yeah,
no matter what happens when it comes to Adoga's injury and Tyler Guyton taking over. Mm-hmm. The bigger question is, it's going to be a question of how will the rookie do, but who will take over Tyler Guyton's backup role? Who's going to be the swing tackle? That, to me, is a bigger question mark issue.
Than
who's going to start.
Tyler Guyton is going to take over as the guy who's supposed to take over.
Right. It might be a little worse than we wanted it to be, starting faster. He's going to have to start faster than that because of Chuma's injury, possibly. If that's the case, that's not great, but it's going to have to happen anyways. The bigger issue, what if somebody else gets hurt? Now what's next? Because Chuma's out. Who's the backup now? So that's the bigger issue there.
So, again, thank you to everybody here chilling and hanging with us. And, baby.
Well, I want to make sure we remind everybody the After Dark is coming tonight. So stay tuned for that. If you're on MCF After Dark or MCF After Dark 2, if you're on one of the channels, you can find the other channel because it should be information on both connecting each other. But sub up to both and make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. You cannot rewind those like our party streams we had here. We moved them over there so you can, and it's going to be mainly everything but football. We do talk football sometimes there, especially during the season. But there we have drinks, we have parties, we have music, we have fun, we have shit talking, we have a lot of great stuff, other discussions. So join us. But I don't give out that information. You guys got to kind of find it yourself. So search for it. If you're interested enough, you'll find it and enjoy, hopefully, the late night fun we have on there. But on that note, that's what's going to happen tonight. We'll see you guys on Wednesday, probably at the latest, or earlier, because of CeeDee Lamb. And I want you to know, baby, why do we do this here on My Cowboys Family?
I think it's that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything.
You know it, guys. Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly. Here in MCF, we always rep that star for everything. And here on My Cowboys Family, 7 full years into our 8th year and into our 8th season of covering our Dallas Cowboys on YouTube. Never forget the number one thing here on My Cowboys Family, here, now, and forever. As always, go Cowboys! We got to somehow get that motherfucking 6 sooner than later.
One day at a time.
Yeah. Guys, thank you again in the house, in the chat, keeping that star alive. Keeping it here with us on a, very slim off season we had as far as videos and stuff. But we're glad. Hopefully people are coming back. Either way, we'll be doing our usual here when it comes to game day live streams. And, of course, some videos and some shorts. Of course, that's going to always be rolling in the background. And, of course, our live streams will be popping in and out throughout the week. So, guys, thank you all for rolling with us. You hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. But on that note, it is time to drop out for the night. We appreciate you guys' drops of knowledge in the chat, the drops of love from above. What was it? Jet Lee 44, Skeptical Fan, Mary Alvarez. Thank you all as we reboot this for next week. Congrats to the winners, Chill Pill, Jet Lee 44 up there, Marco Seppian holding it down, and baby. Before we can officially drop out for this evening, what do we gotta do here on My Cowboys Family? It's the first game of the 2024 season, preseason. And we're going to do this all 17 games beyond. So what do we got to do, baby, before we drop out for the night?
We got to drop the beat.
The beat's been dropped. There you go, your first official drop of the 2024 preseason. Peace out, guys. Appreciate you all. Have a good one. See us on After Dark. If you can find us, you'll find us on After Dark later on. And, hey, be anywhere you want. You got some updates. If you missed some of the updates from earlier in the week, check them out right before the stream. Rewatch it. You got all the updates there. Thank you guys for joining us for another, I guess you could say, Cowboys chat / reaction for the 2024 preseason, guys. Yes, it's a wrap here as we lost to the Rams in the final seconds, but who cares? Main thing is no injuries, very few injuries. Chuma Edoga should be okay. We'll have to wait and see on that. Outside of that, guys, thank you for being here at MCF, where it's always about that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything. Never forget the number one thing right here on My Cowboys Family. You guys in the house, thank you for rolling with us, dropping your knowledge in the chat, hitting that like button for the stream, subscribing to the channel, keeping it growing, almost at 40,000 subscribers here. Also follow us on Twitter at MyCowboysFamily, X, whatever it's called nowadays.
Happy news. Brandon Aubrey had to run out of the building. His wife is having a baby.
Hey, congrats to Brandon Aubrey. That's number, there you go. We talked about it. There you go. Guys, thank you again, yes. And follow us on Discord for the updates on when we go live and such, and other updates and football news. Stay safe, everybody. We'll see you again shortly, especially on the After Dark session. Stay safe. Much love. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And never, ever forget, go Cowboys!
Monk on the beat.